A lot of players have been talking about the absence of Wes Welker, what he did to Moss, what Moss did to the effectiveness of Welker. What's your read on that situation?
I've watched a lot of the rookie, Julian Edelman, and if you put an 83 jersey on him, you'd swear he was Wes Welker out there. He's that good as a rookie. I think Tom Brady's got tremendous confidence in him. It wouldn't surprise me a bit, Kevin, if he caught 10 balls in this game. We mentioned last week he had 10 catches for 103 yards after Wes Welker went down. I think he'll be a big, big factor in the possession game of the Patriots today.
Good stuff, Mark. This has been the NFL Playoffs pregame show brought to you by Subway. Whether tailgating or watching the game at home, get Subway to cater for you. Mild high platters starting at $25. Giant subs, cookies, drinks, and more. Subway, cater fresh. The captains are meeting at midfield. The fans are on their feet waiting for the kickoff, as are we from Foxborough, the Ravens and the Patriots. The opening kickoff is coming up next. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
If you're making a grocery list, can you pick me up some tofu?
I'm just jotting down the pros and cons of buying a home.
Yeah? What are the pros?
Low prices, low interest rates, huge tax credit for buyers, and plenty of homes to choose from on RE/MAX.com.
There must be a ton of cons.
Not really.
What about losing me as a roommate?
Right. One more item for the pro column.
That's harsh, dude.
Visit RE/MAX.com to learn if you're eligible for the home buyer's tax credit. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX. Where do you want to be? Each office independently owned and operated.
I'm Jim Cook, brewer and founder of Samuel Adams, here to bust a beer myth. A lot of people think head on a beer is a bad thing. Not true. A rich, creamy head is one mark of a great beer. And the head on a Samuel Adams Boston Lager is so thick, you can float a bottle cap on it. That rich foam makes it taste like the first draw off a fresh keg. Ah, delicious. Samuel Adams. Boston Beer Company, Boston, Mass.
Baltimore Ravens will be getting the opening kickoff. Patriots won the flip of the coin. They deferred. Right now, let's go downstairs to Steve Tasker.
Well, it's been a cold day here for the Patriots and the Ravens warming up. The crowd took a long time to file in, but one of the things that happened right away as the captains came to the center of the field, they were accompanied by a little guy on crutches. Wes Welker went out for the coin flip with the captains of the Patriots, and for the first time, the Patriots and the Ravens know what it is to be a home game here in Foxborough. The crowd is into it, and this is what the Patriots have played for, to get a home playoff game. And that's the difference today in the early going. This emotional boost they're going to get from Wes Welker, from the home game, and the fact that it's the playoffs.
Mark, you talked about the undefeated record, the 8-0, the consecutive wins by Brady, all the playoff wins they've had here in a row. This is about as tough a place to play in the postseason as there is in the National Football League.
Well, it is. There are rabid Patriots fans here. It is cold. You're on your home turf, and there is a mystique about Bill Belichick and Tom Brady together and what they have done. Really what Robert Kraft has done since taking over the ownership of the New England Patriots. This is a football team that is almost unbeatable in the playoffs. And I guarantee you right now, as much as John Harbaugh, the Ravens head coach, has talked to this team about they're just another football team, believe me, the Ravens understand that there's a mystique about this Patriots franchise.
This kickoff by the Patriots is going to come from our left to our right. The wind will be at the back of Gostkowski, who's got the ball teed up at the 30-yard line. Shadow beginning now to creep on the right side of the field. 7 yards away, trots to the ball, swings his right leg through, and here we go. Parmley will take it 2 yards deep in the end zone, and we are underway. Parmley up the middle of the 10, hit at the 15 as he goes outside the hash mark and brought down on the play. 19-yard return. Matt Slater, the reserve wide receiver out of UCLA and the son of Jackie Slater, a longtime NFL lineman, brings him down. So Mark Malone, we've got it. 1st and 10, Baltimore at their own 17 to start.
Well, again, I think we've made it very clear what they want to do is run the football and play action pass to throw the football outside. In that Week 4 matchup, Derek Mason had 6 of his 7 catches in the first half.
Flacco is under center. Offset eye in the backfield. 3 down linemen, 1st and 10 at his own 17. Handoff to Rice. Big hole up the middle. Squirts by the 20. Foot race to the 30. Down the sideline, the 50. Chase to the 40. Down the near sideline, the 30. Chase to the 15. The 10. Breaks a tackle at the 5. He's in for the touchdown on the first play of the game. Ray Rice galloping from his 17 on an 83-yard romp right in front of his own bench. And the Baltimore Ravens have stunned this crowd. What a play!
What a play indeed. Great block by the fullback, LaRon McClain, as they run a little counteraction. And Rice slips right through, and he's on the way to the longest touchdown of the season, untouched, as we expected the Ravens to come out and run the football. I guarantee you there's nobody in this stadium, Kevin, who expected Ray Rice to open up the game that way.
Extra point by Billy Cundiff to our left. Into the wind, ball put down, swings his right leg through. Unbelievable. What fireworks. A reminder that for every touchdown scored throughout the playoffs, RE/MAX will make a donation to the Children's Miracle Network. RE/MAX, nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX. Buckle up, folks. We just saw an 83-yard touchdown run on the game's first play by Ray Rice. 7-0 Baltimore. This is Westwood One's coverage of the NFL.
What makes a rainbow bend? Where does the universe end? Do you know the world from A to Z?
Discover science and technology.
Where is the dinosaur? What's on the ocean floor? Do you know the world from A to Z?
Astronomy, biology, chemistry, zoology, science and technology.
It's fun, you see. Why is the sun so warm? What makes a winter storm? And what's a quadruped? Why is the planet Mars red? You'll find there's lots to know. Exploring as you go. To know the world from A to Z.
Discover science and technology. Astronomy, biology, chemistry, zoology, science and technology. It's fun, you'll see.
A public service message from the National Science Foundation.
I knew I had a problem.
I tried counting calories, eating and eating.
Nobody else could possibly understand.
We understand. We're Overeaters Anonymous, and we have helped thousands of people stop their compulsive eating and start living a healthy, rewarding life.
With OA, I am living again and loving it.
Start living the life you deserve with help from Overeaters Anonymous in the U.S. 505-891-2664 or find us on the web at oa.org.
Later on, we'll tell you about the outstanding play of the game. That might have been it. Brought to you by RE/MAX. Mark Malone. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. 83-yard touchdown run. Ray Rice, first snap of the game. My goodness.
It's incredible. The first opening drive points in playoff history for the Ravens, and the longest touchdown given up by this New England Patriots defense. Again, the linebackers overrun. Great lead block by the fullback McClain. And boy, the Ravens strike quickly.
Now the ensuing kickoff by Baltimore coming from our right to our left. Darius Butler looks up into that bright Massachusetts sun of the 10, up the middle, the 15, the 20, goes by the 23, runs outside the hash marks to the 27, returns at 16 yards. And there is a change. Was there a flag thrown on the play? And so, nope, they pick it up on the far side. Here comes New England now. They go out there, first down and 10. Patriots in their blue jerseys, gray pants, blue and red trim, silver helmets, and Brady at his own 27, first down and 10.
Well, again, we expected Tom Brady to throw the football a lot. I would expect him to throw the football a lot. And we'll keep an eye on Julian Edelman making a start here for the injured Wes Welker.
Under center is Brady. From his 27, first and 10. Maroney in the backfield, 4 on the defensive line. Here's the handoff to Maroney. Runs over the center, runs up the middle on the hash mark for a gain of 3 to about the 29-yard line. Brought down by Ray Lewis and company. It'll be second down and 7 to go.
And the Ravens safety Dewad Landry already in the ear of Julian Edelman, the rookie out of Kent State, who is making the start today for Wes Welker as number 97, Kelly Gregg, the nose tackle of the Ravens, comes limping off the field.
So look at him, second down and 7. Brady under center at his own 30. Now he backpedals into the shotgun formation. Flanking him to his left is the running back Maroney. Edelman is in motion. 5 in the secondary. Quick pass, far side, caught by Edelman. He was hit as he caught it with both hands in front of his face mask at the 25. Belted and loses 3 on the play. They'll mark him at the 26-yard line. He caught it, and right when he spun around, Mark, there were defenders waiting for him.
Well, you see that a lot now. Players and teams using that flanker screen or bubble screen to the outside. And that time, Chris Carr, the corner for the Ravens, read it perfectly and was right on top of Edelman when the ball came out. And the Patriots lose about a half a yard on the play.
5 in the secondary. Brady will be in the shotgun, flanked to his left by a running back, to his right by a tight end. 3rd down and 11. In the shotgun from his own 26, the belt high snap. Brady shuffles up in the pocket. The ball knocked away. He was cocking his arm. There's a fumble on the play, and it was caught. As it was hitting the turf at the 17, Baltimore has gotten the ball. Terrell Suggs was coming through. Suggs knocked the ball away as Brady's arm was cocked and ready to throw. He knocks it away. A fumble by New England. And the Baltimore Ravens at the 17 of the Patriots.
Well, I'll tell you, Matt Light had the same problem with Suggs in Week 4 matchup. Suggs came around and stripped the ball almost identical to that. The Ravens returned that one for a touchdown. Terrell Suggs, one of the guys on the defensive side of the football that can change the game in a heartbeat, and already a big turnover for that Ravens defense.
McGahee will be in the backfield in the offset eye from the Patriots 17. Flacco's under center. 3 down linemen for the New England Patriots. The snap to Flacco, the handoff to McGahee. Gets a block from LaRon McClain, runs over the center. Crosses the 17, goes down to about the 14-yard line, just outside the hash mark. He picks up 3, and Mark, let's put him at the 14.
Well, again, you'll see a lot of Willis McGahee now as the Ravens go without the huddle. He's the guy they like to put the ball in the belly when you get down in the red zone. Had 167 yards and 3 touchdowns last week against the Raiders. It'll be a focal point of the Ravens running game down here in the red zone.
McGahee in the backfield. Under center is Flacco from the Patriot 14. 2nd down and 7. Fullback is in motion. Handoff. McGahee runs over the center. Cuts to his left. Crosses the 15 outside the hash mark down to the 16-yard line. And then finally is hit at about the 11-yard line and a gain of about 3. Danced behind the line of scrimmage. Bolts ahead. Hit on the play by Guyton.
Well, good time. Marshall Yanda, the right guard, pulls and meets both linebackers, Gerard Mayo and Gary Guyton, right in the hole. And now we've got a 3rd down and 4 situation.
From the 12 of New England on the Brady fumble. Rice is in the backfield. 3 receivers. The nickel secondary. Flacco's under center. Gets the snap. Hands off to Rice. Stutter steps. Breaks a tackle at the 10. He's inside the numbers down to the 6. He keeps his legs churning down to the 5. He picks up a hard-earned 6 yards on 3rd and 4. Gets the 1st down. 1st and goal. Baltimore at the Patriot 5.
Well, that time it was Tully Banta-Cain that comes crashing down and makes first contact with the running back Rice in the backfield. But what a great job he does sidestepping that tackle, yet a 2nd tackle, and getting ahead of the 1st down marker to give the Ravens a fresh set of downs. Terrific run by the Baltimore Ravens running back.
7-0 Baltimore in the game-opening drive. A 83-yard touchdown run by Rice. 1st and goal at the 6. Offset eye. Rice in the backfield. Flacco's under center. Receiver in motion. Hand off to Rice. Directed left. Cuts right. Got a block from his tight end. Runs along the 5 to the far sideline. He's at the 1. He tries to dive in. He's down just shy of the goal line. He gains 5. They began at the 6. He ran to the far sideline, and he had a touchdown-saving tackle on the play to the Patriots, and now will be down inside the 1-yard line.
Well, Rice looked like he had plenty of room to the left side between the left guard and tackle, and manages to cut it all the way back to the far sideline. Great job by Todd Heap, the tight end, of hooking up the outside guy. Rice almost makes it into the end zone before a saving tackle.
Sanders got him. So now McGahee is in. 2nd down and goal at the 1. High formation, extra lineman in there. Tight end is in motion. Flacco under center. Hand off to LaRon McClain. Right over the center. He glides into the end zone for a touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run. The 2nd rushing touchdown by Baltimore today. 10:29 to play in the 1st. It's 13-0 the Ravens.
Incredible. We said in the pregame they were going to have to run the football, so they open up with an 83-yard touchdown from Ray Rice, and then subsequently don't throw the football on the 2nd possession. That caused, after the turnover, Terrell Suggs strips Tom Brady, and they run the football into the end zone. And with this extra point, we'll have a 14-0 lead over the Patriots.
Billy Cundiff will swing his right leg through. The extra point is in, and this is unbelievable. 10:29 to play in the 1st. 2 rushing touchdowns by Baltimore. A Brady fumble at his 17. And the Ravens go on in. They began with an 83-yard touchdown run by Ray Rice. With that touchdown, RE/MAX makes another donation to the Children's Miracle Network. RE/MAX, no one sells more real estate than RE/MAX. 14-0 the Baltimore Ravens. 10:29 in the 1st. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
Hi, I'm Sam Fauser from Domino's Pizza, and you're about to hear real audio from a pizza focus group.
Domino's crust is like cardboard.
If you're wondering why we'd play such a comment, it's because it inspired us to redesign our pizza. With a garlic seasoned hand-tossed crust, a more flavorful mozzarella cheese, and new robust sauce. We think it's our best ever.
Hey man, this new pizza is seriously good.
Try Domino's inspired new pizza. Get 2 mediums with 2 toppings for just $5.99 each. Satisfaction guaranteed. Did we listen to our critics to make our best pizza ever? Oh, yes, we did.
Must purchase at least 2 pizzas. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First up at auction, we have here a very rare Ming vase from the Ming Dynasty. We will start the bidding at free. Do I hear free?
Free? I'll take it.
Sold to the young lady in the front row for $0.
Sweet.
Free is better. Do your simple federal return for free at TurboTax.com. It's free to prepare, free to print, and free to e-file. No wonder TurboTax is the most trusted brand of tax software. Visit TurboTax.com today. Choose easy. Trusted brand claim based on survey July 2009.
10:29 first quarter, 14-0 Baltimore, 2 rushing touchdowns. Welcome back to the Subway Fresh broadcast booth, Gillette Stadium, Foxborough, with Mark Malone and Steve Tasker. This is Kevin Harlan. Eat smarter with a surprisingly low-fat Subway turkey melt, part of a Subway Fresh Fit meal. Subway, eat fresh. Steve, what do you have downstairs?
Well, down here, when you're watching this offensive line work for the Baltimore Ravens, one of the things that they did successfully at the end of that last drive, right when Ray Rice went wide and almost got in for the touchdown, they went unbalanced. They brought Gather over to the right side with Michael Orr, had the 2 enormous tackles on the right side of the offense. They came over and they're really dominating up front. And then Ray Rice cut it back. One of the things that the Patriots are having problems doing is penetration. They're kind of holding the line of scrimmage, but nobody gets into the backfield of the Ravens, and the backs are picking their spots.
Here's Cundiff 10 yards away. Will trot to the ball. Here's a soccer-style kickoff from right to left. Under it as it lands at the 16 and then covered up surprisingly by it looked like a surprise Patriot kickoff return team. Slater dives on the ball like he was diving on a grenade at the 21-yard line. And the Baltimore Ravens say the ball was loose. They're pointing one way. Now the officials come over there blowing the whistles and clearing the bodies. And I think they're going to signal that New England has fallen on the ball. And they do.
Over.
So the Patriots will have it. Brady fumbled last time. Baltimore cashed in. Ray Rice has had an 83-yard touchdown run. 10:27 to play. We're in the first quarter from Foxborough. 14-0 Baltimore on top. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
Look, I can tell you all the ins and outs of car insurance, but sometimes Geico surprises even me. Like when it comes to paying your premium. They can automatically debit your checking account or charge your credit card. It's easy, paperless, and I suspect magic. I don't know how they do it. I mean, I know how Geico can help save you hundreds on car insurance, but all that electronic stuff, poof, off it goes, and you're all good.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Want to hear the sound of hassle-free traveling?
All aboard!
Amtrak takes the hassle out of traveling to over 500 destinations. You can stretch out in a spacious seat, relax in a sleeping car, and enjoy a hot meal in the dining car. And for those who want to kick back and take in the scenery, go right ahead. For everything you get on Amtrak, the one thing you won't get is this. So whether you're going to a family reunion or an away game, make it a whole lot nicer on Amtrak. Book your trip today at Amtrak.com or call 1-800-USA-RAIL.
All aboard!
Did you hear about Gunderson?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he says to me, I got that virus there on the computer.
No.
Yeah, and I says, yeah, that's bad right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he says, all my personal information's out there naked for all the world to see.
No.
Yeah, and I says, you should have used that Kaspersky. It's the fastest growing internet security software in America.
I know.
I know. And he says, right on. And I says, get Kaspersky 2010 at getkaspersky.com, Office Depot for eyes, and wherever quality software is sold, don't you know?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, see the moose?
Yeah.
This February, the brightest stars in winter sports compete for Olympic gold. The Vancouver Olympic Winter Games. Live this February on the networks of NBC. Now, back to Westwood One's coverage of the NFL playoffs.
5.5 minutes gone. 14-0 Baltimore on top of New England.
Well, again, there's a lot of football left in this game, Kevin, no doubt. And again, Tom Brady will be the focal point of this offense. They can put a lot of points on the board as they've averaged almost 27 points per game this year.
Looking into the sun and studying that defense of Baltimore. Brady is under center from his 21-yard line. 1st and 10. He's got Moss in motion. He's got Maroney in the backfield. Here comes the blitz by Ray Lewis. They got Brady as he was dropping back to throw. Right up the middle came Ray Lewis, and they bring him down at the 12-yard line. He wasn't even touched as he breezes right by. It's a loss of 7 yards on the play.
Well, that's great preparation from their defensive coordinator, Greg Madison, because right there they timed the blitz. They know what kind of protection the Patriots like to run in that situation, and by running Ray Lewis late through the A gap, nobody picks him up, and he's right in the lap of Tom Brady before he can pull away from the center.
2nd down, 17. Brady in the shotgun. Falk at his side. Nickel secondary from the 12. The belt high snap. The handoff to Falky. Shifts his way up the middle between the hash marks by the 15. Runs by the 20. He's up to the 23-yard line. Zigzagging his way through that defense. Picks up 9 on the play.
Well, again, you can tell by the play call there, even though it's a long yardage situation, that the Patriots aren't going to panic. Even though they're down 14-0 in this football game, they're going to continue to stick to what it was they put together as a game plan. There's a lot of time left. And the guy that's going to throw the football for the Patriots is the guy you want to have back there, Tom Brady.
He's got a 3rd down and 8. He's in the shotgun from his 22. Flanked by Falk on one side, Morris on the other side. The nickel secondary. 3 down linemen for Baltimore. Shotgun snap, belt high taken by Brady. Good time. Shuffles his feet, looks, cocks his arm. There's a line drive spiral down the middle, almost picked off by Reed. The ball was thrown to the 40. It was thrown just outside the hash mark. It's an incomplete pass. It's 3 and out. They were going for Edelman or Moss. They were both in the same area. They got to punt the ball.
Well, they did a great job against Edelman. We said that he is basically a Wes Welker clone. He does most of his damage on crossing routes. That time, DeJuan Landry built a wall inside, did not allow him inside, forcing Brady to go to the deep dig route. And, of course, Ed Reed, who has been out for almost a month now, makes a huge play for the Ravens.
Hanson to punt. This will be with the wind at his back, going from our left to our right. Chris Carr is deep back. The left-footed punt. High, hanging, backpedaling. Carr just outside the hash mark at the 24. Breaks the tackle at the 25. Breaks another tackle at the 30. Gets a block at the 40. Up the far side, the 50. Up the far sideline by the 45. In front of the Patriot bench. Knocked out of bounds. Just inside the 45-yard line. Here come the boos. A terrific return. He returns it 34 yards on a 53-yard punt, and look where Baltimore's going to start. 42-yard line of New England when we come back. 8:58 to play in the first quarter. 14-0 in this playoff game. Baltimore on top of New England. We take a break. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
Where do you want to be?
I couldn't see it at first, but I think you're right. This looks like the perfect place to relocate the business.
Wise decision.
I wish I'd known earlier that RE/MAX handled commercial as well as residential real estate.
No, sure. We're one of the largest commercial brokerage networks in the world with thousands of commercial practitioners.
My last home sale proved you can't beat RE/MAX when it comes to real estate expertise.
And now you know that goes for commercial real estate, too.
Learn something every day.
Residential or commercial. If it's real estate, it's RE/MAX. Each office independently owned and operated.
Well, I was shopping for a new car. Which one's me? A cool convertible or an SUV? Too bad I didn't know my credit was whack, cause now I'm driving off the lot in a used subcompact. F-R-E-E, that spells free. CreditReport.com, baby. Saw their ads on my TV. Thought about going but was too lazy. Now instead of looking fly and rolling fat, my legs are sticking to the vinyl and my posse's getting laughed at. F-R-E-E, that spells free. CreditReport.com, baby.
Offer applies with enrollment and Triple Advantage.
I'm heading out to pick up some office supplies.
Oh, I'd go to Staples.
Yeah, how are their prices on paper?
Low.
How about printers?
Low.
Laptops?
Low.
Binder clips?
Low.
Legal pads?
Low.
Pens?
Low.
Ballpoint pens?
Low. Look, Staples has low prices every day on over 7,000 items.
Felt tip pens?
I give up.
Save the easy way every day at Staples. And right now, save even more with buy one, get one free after easy rebate on a case of Hammermill Copy Plus paper. Staples. That was easy. In-store only. Offer ends 1/16/10. Limit 2 rebates per household. See store for details.
14-0 Baltimore to 8:58 to play here in the first quarter. 3 and out moments ago by the Patriots, and so here come the Ravens moving from our right to our left. They got an offset eye in the backfield. Rice is back there with McClain. Flacco is under center. 3 on the defensive line for New England. Handoff goes to Rice. Stutter steps, then he just dives ahead. Not much there. Runs inside the hash mark over his left guard. He's down to about the 42.5-yard gain. That's it.
And I think what you have to do is not be too conservative now if you're Cam Cameron, the offensive coordinator for the Ravens, who are seeing James Sander, the safety, dropped down late. They're getting an extra guy in the box. It's one-on-one outside. You've got to mix some play action and let Flacco use that strong arm towards the sideline on early downs.
From the Patriot 42, 2nd down and 10. Offset eye. Rice remains. 4 in the secondary. Fake handoff. Flacco through his pass. Almost picked off. He threw it to the far sideline. There was a flag thrown on the play. It's an incomplete pass. And let's see what that flag is all about. It was going across the way at about the 32-yard line. Incomplete. Great defense by Springs. Patriots seem to think it's on the Baltimore Ravens, who began the game with an 83-yard touchdown pass, or touchdown run, 83-yard touchdown run by Ray Rice.
Illegally downfield, number 74. That penalty is declined. Third down.
That's the rookie right tackle.
Well, it's tough to have a guy in play action like that downfield because it wasn't a screen by any means. And, of course, you want your offensive line to make it look like a run. But to be downfield as a right tackle on a play action is a little bit strange. That time, the Patriots expecting it and settling on the routes to the outside. And it looked like a duck that Flacco threw. Lucky he didn't get it intercepted.
They've gone to 5 in the secondary for the New England Patriots. 3rd down and 10. Flacco will be under center. The backfield is split. Flacco surveys. There'll be one down lineman. Back to pass. Flacco sets up, shuffles his feet, cocks his arm, throws a short pass, and a one-handed attempt made is incomplete. Dropped by Rice inside the numbers, far side, just outside the 40. 3 and out for the Baltimore Ravens. They got a punt like Baltimore saw New England do to them moments ago.
Well, interesting. I mean, you mentioned the fact only one down lineman, and that was Mike Wright. You see a lot of this today from both teams, but especially the Patriots. Multiple linebackers, and they're trying to cause confusion with pickup. That time, the Ravens offensive line did a terrific job.
Sam Cook to punt. This will be into the wind. 14-0. Baltimore is on top. Deep back is Falk inside the 10. He'll be looking up into the sun. The shadows growing on the field to our right as the game goes on. High snap to Cook. He gets the punt down the middle, end over end. Fair caught, 12-yard line, hang time of 4-1. But it was a placement punt of 29 yards. There is a flag thrown on the far side at the 43, right in front of the New England bench. It is against the Patriots. Offsides, I believe.
Well, it clearly wouldn't be enough for a first down. Now the decision is, do you want to kick it again?
Gene Steratore is our referee. 3 officials on this crew have worked a Super Bowl in the past, so a very experienced crew here in Foxborough.
Offside, defense number 30 lined up in the neutral zone. Penalty is declined. Result of the play. First down, New England. Timeout.
That's Brandon McGowan. So we're going to take a break. We've got 8:10 to play here in the first quarter. First play of the game, 83-yard touchdown run by Ray Rice. Then a fumble by Brady. 1-yard touchdown run by McLean. 14-0 Baltimore here in the playoffs. We'll take a break. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
I'm Jim Cook, brewer and founder of Samuel Adams, here to bust a beer myth. A lot of people think head on a beer is a bad thing. Not true. A rich, creamy head is one mark of a great beer. And the head on a Samuel Adams Boston Lager is so thick, you can float a bottle cap on it. That rich foam makes it taste like the first draw off a fresh keg. Ah, delicious. Samuel Adams. Boston Beer Company, Boston, Mass.
If you're making a grocery list, can you pick me up some tofu?
I'm just jotting down the pros and cons of buying a home.
Yeah? What are the pros?
Low prices, low interest rates, huge tax credit for buyers, and plenty of homes to choose from on RE/MAX.com.
There must be a ton of cons.
Not really.
What about losing me as a roommate?
Right. One more item for the pro column.
That's harsh, dude.
Visit RE/MAX.com to learn if you're eligible for the home buyer's tax credit. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX. Where do you want to be? Each office independently owned and operated.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here with a little tailgating quiz for you. What's more fun, tailgating with your friends and enjoying a delicious Ritz cracker with a slice of cheddar and ham on top, or getting sacked by a 350-pound side of beef? Exactly! Tailgating with Ritz. So grab a Ritz cracker and join the fun. For tips to create your ultimate Ritz tailgating party, go to facebook.com/Ritz Crackers to download the perfect tailgating recipes, music, and so much more.
Hey, fans want to celebrate on the field at the Super Bowl or Pro Bowl? Unless you're on the winning team, there's only one other way to do it. Visit NFLOnLocation.net for exclusive on-field post-game experiences direct from the National Football League. It's 14-0. Baltimore is on top. 8:10 to play here in the first quarter. Brady and the Patriot offense just got the ball on a punt. They're moving from our left to our right. Brady's in the shotgun. He's standing at his own 13. He has deployed 5 receivers. There are 5 in the secondary for the Baltimore Ravens. Brady is pointing, very animated back there, waiting the snap from Copen. He gets it belt high. He drops back to throw. Looks to the near side. Short pass caught underneath at about the 20-yard line. Right on the numbers. Grabbed by Falk. He then runs to the near sideline to about the 21 and picks up 6 on the play.
Well, this is a little bit of a dangerous choice to make if you're the Patriots. They're going to go ahead and go empty backfield, deploy 4 wide receivers and the running back Falk to the outside. Now, that declares exactly what's going on defensively for Tom Brady, but it also means a very short corner and very easy to get to the quarterback.
Still the nickel secondary on this 2nd down and 4. Brady's under center, hands off to Falk. He runs over the right guard, spins his way by the 20. He's between the hash marks to the 23. He spins his way to the 25 and is belted and picks up 5 and picks up a first down.
Well, again, not only do you declare, but it allows Tom Brady to see how many people are in the box. It allows you to run the football as the Patriots pick up the first down of the day. Remember those first 2 drives, they managed only 6 plays for -1 yard and turned the football over. So a first down here is very welcome to the Patriots fans.
Brady keeping his hand warm between the plays and that muff that he wears around his waist. On 1st and 10, the belt high snap in the shotgun. Here comes the rush. He's belted by Ray Lewis, and he throws it incomplete. Boy, was Lewis teeing off on Brady, who is still sitting down, straightening out his helmet, straightening out his shorts, and gets back up. They nailed him right there. An incomplete pass, a short pass. It's incomplete. It will be 2nd down.
Well, great job by Justin Bannon. He read the screen, but you're right. Here comes Ray Lewis, and one of the things that happened in that Week 4 matchup, of course, the Ravens called for a couple roughing calls. They said they weren't going to let that affect them in today's game, and they're putting a helmet on Tom Brady early and often.
Fred Taylor will be in the I formation with Sammy Morris. 2nd down and 10. Brady's under center from his 25. He sends his tight end in motion. He gets the snap. He hands the fake off down. Back to pass is Brady. The rush is right there. He throws an interception. A short pass across the middle is picked off by Carr. Carr's at the 30. Races along the 30, then cuts downfield to the 25, and down he goes. That's the 2nd turnover. Brady fumbled earlier. He throws an interception right there. Chris Carr, the ex-Tennessee Titan and Oakland Raider, picks it off in the middle of the field between the hash mark. And here comes Baltimore beginning at the 25 of New England.
Wow, what great preparation. The 2nd time Brady runs the bootleg, and that time Jarrett Johnson is right in his grill. Under pressure, he tries to throw it away and throws it right to Chris Carr. And Kevin, when was the last time you heard boos here at Foxborough Stadium? Unbelievable.
It is. 14-0. Baltimore's on top. 6:49 to play here in the first quarter. With 1 running back and 2 receivers on the near side, Flacco is under center. 3 down linemen for the New England Patriots. Flacco gets the snap. He hands off on the play. It goes off to McGahee, running over the left tackle, and he's hit by Mayo and stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Driven backward as he veered outside the hash mark. He's to the 25. No gain on the play. Let's go downstairs to Steve Tasker.
Well, one of the things we all knew was going to be key for this game was how Tom Brady handled the pressure and what the Baltimore Ravens had to do to get it. They're rushing 6 guys almost every snap against Brady. If he boots, there's somebody there to get him. If he play actions, there's somebody rushing free. That's been the difference here in the early going. 6-man rush for Baltimore.
From the New England 25, Flacco under center, 2nd and 10. Handoff to McGahee. Breaks a tackle at the 25. Runs outside the numbers to the 20. He's angling to the near sideline down to the 16-yard line. Breaking tackle, swerving as he drives his run for a gain of 9 to the 16.
I'll tell you what, bad safety play for the Patriots right there. Brandon Merriweather drops down in the box and basically sitting right in the hole to make a tackle at the line of scrimmage and avoids the safety altogether.
Here's a 3rd and 1 with Flacco under center. They get the snap to him from the 7-time Pro Bowler Burke. He just takes it on a quarterback keeper. He runs over the center with the lead block past the 15, landing at the 14. And the Baltimore Ravens appear to have the first down. There is a huge pile of players. And Sterator has not told us yet if they've got the first. Yep, now he does. They do get the first down, so they move the chains. This on the interception thrown by Tom Brady just moments ago.
Well, when you're 6'6", 235, that's a good call, quarterback sneak.
Yes.
But I will tell you this right now. They have got to stabilize the safety play for this Patriots. We saw them earlier this year in New Orleans where Drew Brees just took advantage of the safeties, and so far they have not played well against the run today against this Ravens offense.
McGahee in the backfield, 1st down and 10 at the 15 of New England. Flacco's under center, gets the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out of the pocket, cocks his arm, throws to McGahee. The 2-handed catch made on the sideline, 15. Down the sideline, the 10, the 5, and then belts it out of of bounds at the 2. It was a foot race. He was angling to the sideline, galloping for 12 after the catch. 1st and goal, Baltimore.
Kevin, it seems from time to time as you cover these games throughout the year and certainly in the playoffs, there are periods of a game where a team seems to have an advantage. Right now, it seems everything the Ravens call, defensively or offensively, they get the right play against the right look. That time slipping the running back out to the flat against a linebacker. Another big play for the Ravens.
Rice is back in. He's in the eye. 1st and goal at the 2. Under center is Joe Flacco, a tight end in motion. Handoff goes to Rice. There's the block, and he goes over the guard. He's between the hash mark, and he may have gotten to the 1, which means a gain of 1, meaning 2nd down and goal.
Good job that time by the interior line of the Patriots, namely Vince Wilfork, who had missed several weeks with an injury and is back in the lineup at 6'3", 325 pounds, one of the best nose tackles in the National Football League, and you need to play well at that position if you're going to play this 3-4 defense.
14-0 with Baltimore on top late 1st quarter. 2nd down and goal at the 1. McClain in motion. Rice in the backfield. Rice gets the handoff, runs over the left tackle. He gets a block. He swerves in. Touchdown! The 3rd rushing touchdown. Rice takes it in from a yard. The blocking of the left side, running over the left tackle. 3:55 to play in the 1st. This is shocking in Foxborough. 20-0, the Baltimore Ravens.
It's incredible. They've done everything right on offense, on defense, and again, a safety sitting in the hole. And there's no way that Brandon Merriweather is going to make that tackle against Ray Rice or anybody else from the 1-yard line. This is shocking as the Ravens get set to go up 21-0.
Here's the Cundiff extra point. Low snap, put down, kick is up. It is good. Tom Brady has turned it over twice. A fumble. That's a touchdown run by Baltimore. An interception. Another touchdown run by Baltimore. It's 21-0. The Ravens. 3:55 late 1st quarter. There's a break in the action. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
With me today is motorcycle owner Dan. Like most people, Dan is looking for ways to save money. He tries to save on gas by roller skating to the grocery store.
It's hard carrying all those bags.
He uses a hand crank radio.
It's a good workout.
And he even cooks by candle heat.
The scented ones give great flavor.
But you don't have to be like Dan, because Geico makes it easy to save on motorcycle insurance. To see how much you could save, visit geico.com or call 1-800-442-9253.
Food for thought from farmers. No one wants to think about all the things that can go wrong. But at Farmers Insurance, that's what we've been doing for the last 80 years. So today, our disaster response team watches weather patterns and developing storms so we can be first on the scene to lend a hand, a strong back, or even just a shoulder. To find an agent near you, visit farmers.com today for auto, home, small business, and life insurance. And be ready for tomorrow.
Baltimore's Ray Rice with 2 touchdown runs. Here's the ensuing kickoff on a 21-0 Baltimore lead. It was a chip shot. It was a fair catch made by the tight end Baker on a short kickoff by Cundiff. It was designed that way. The ball was caught near the 30-yard line. They were trying to catch New England off guard. Nonetheless, the Patriots get it again. They've turned it over twice in 3 possessions. Let's check the drive summary. Brought to you by Parts Plus Auto Stores and Car Care Centers. For all the reasons you love your car, not just parts, Parts Plus. 6 plays, 25 yards, 2:54 off the 1st quarter clock. And here it is, 1st and 10 for Brady. Shotgun snap to him, handoff to Falk, runs over the center between the hash marks. He's crossing the 30, he goes to the 33, and Mark Maloney picks up 3 on the play.
Well, completely different philosophy on this down. This time 3 wide receivers, but they line up 2 backs in the backfield with Tom Brady. Of course, they run the football. It's going to be interesting to see now, down 21 points, how it changes what the Patriots want to do. Clearly, they don't have to go completely away from the run, but they're going to have to throw the football in an inordinate amount.
So now Brady faces 2nd down and 6. He'll be under center. He's got Maroney in the backfield. He has sent out 3 receivers. There are 4 in the defensive secondary for Baltimore. Brady gets the snap, fakes the handoff, has time, shuffles his feet. There's a line drive pass down the near sideline. Deflected, intercepted. It's on the deflection, picked off by Reed from the 50. Down the sideline, the 40. He's breaking a tackle at the 35. He breaks another tackle and he laterals the ball to DeJuan Landry, who runs from the 20 to the 15. Down the near sideline, the 10. He's down to the 9. 3 turnovers by the New England Patriots. That was a deflected pass by Brady. Reed laterals to Edwards. The 2 combine for a 49-yard return. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable indeed. Reed's 6th playoff interception in his career, and what a great job they did trying to get the ball to Aiken. The ball floats in the air as Brady was throwing with the wind. The ball gets tipped down to Reed, and ultimately the lateral to Dwan, which is something that Reed has become famous for. It works out this time as the Ravens will take over inside the 10.
McGahee in the backfield, 1st and goal at the 9. Handoff McGahee over the right guard, runs between the hash marks. He crosses the 10. He's by the 8. He squirms to the 7. He's down to the 5. He picks up 4.
And what's interesting about this, Kevin, is if there's a weakness of this Ravens football team, it would be the offensive side of the ball. And because of what has happened here, 21-0, the ball at the 5-yard line now, you haven't really asked this Ravens offense to do much. You haven't challenged Joe Flacco whatsoever, and yet Baltimore leads this thing 21-0 and are knocking at the door.
2nd and goal at the 5. Offset I, Flacco under center. McGahee is back there. Here's a receiver in motion. Handoff McGahee, breaks the tackle. He then has to go from the near side of the far, runs along the 10, gets a block for Moore, the right tackle, runs along the 10 laterally to the far sideline, and then brought down on the play. Sanders over there, Gerard Mayo over there. It's a loss of 4, back to the 10-yard line.
Well, a little unfortunate that time from the Ravens is that Patriots' right side of the defense does a great job as number 95, Tully Banta-Kane, runs inside the blocker and forces the running back to move it all the way back to the other sideline, and a loss of 4 yards. Good play that time by the Patriots defense.
Rice has come in, moving from our right to our left, still in some of the sunshine, but shadow now almost engulfing this field. It's 3rd and goal at the 9. Flacco in the gun, flanked to his right by Rice. Belt high snap, cocks his arm, looks left, arching spiral, corner of the end zone, incomplete over Mason, who is covered on the near sideline in the corner. It's an incomplete pass. Darius Butler, a rookie, was on him. It'll be 4th down. The Patriots hold him out, and the Ravens have got to settle for a 3-point try.
But again, Kevin, you know, with the exception of that 83-yard touchdown to open up this football game, this Ravens offense really hasn't had to do much. That time, they get a couple of decent plays. You force Flacco to throw the football, throws it over the head of his intended receiver and outside of the end zone, and they're going to have to settle for a field goal.
This will be into the wind, a 27-yard try by Billy Cundiff. Catula with the long snap, and that has been an issue. It's a high snap. It's put down. The right-footed soccer-style kick into the wind is good to our left. And they cash in on another Brady turnover. They have scored now 17 points off of New England turnovers. Folks, we've still got 1:19 to play in the first quarter, and it's 24-0 Baltimore. Yep, 24-0 the Ravens. A reminder that for every field goal made throughout the playoffs, Barbasol will make a donation to the Boomer Esiason Foundation dedicated to beating cystic fibrosis. Barbasol thick and rich shaving cream, the real close shave. Unbelievable.
Well, it really is. And we said again that this Ravens defense thrives on turnovers. One of the keys was that the Patriots were going to have to take care of the football. 32 takeaways for this Ravens defense this year. They were plus 10 in ratio through the entire regular season. So far today, Kevin, plus 3. So the Patriots again will get another shot. They've got to find a way to take care of the football, get this ball down the field and get it in the end zone, because as you said, if there's a positive here, it's the fact that there's still 1:19 left in the first quarter.
So the Patriots have had it 4 times, a fumble, 3 plays punt, and 2 consecutive interceptions, the last of which was returned by a combination of Reed, who got it on the deflection. Landry returned it down deep in New England territory. Here's another kickoff by Baltimore. High end over end. Butler looking up into the sun at the 5. Inside the numbers, the 10. He crosses the 15. Runs along the numbers to the 17-yard line. Returns it 14 yards. And out trudge the Patriot offensive players led by quarterback Tom Brady. What were you telling me his record was in the playoffs in this stadium?
In his last 23 starts at Gillette Stadium, he is undefeated. 23 consecutive wins as a starter here. Of course, they've won their last 11 playoff games here, and he led the Patriots to an 8-0 record at home this year. Incredible. But right now, this does not look like the same New England football team.
24-0 Baltimore. Here is Brady at his 20-yard line looking into a nickel secondary. He's in the shotgun formation. And he's got it 1st and 10. The belt high snap. He looks to the far side. There's a line drive pass. Backpedaling with the attempted two-handed grab and dropped. Far side, Benjamin Watson backpedaling a couple feet off the sideline, looking back at Brady facing the quarterback, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, again, a nice throw by Brady. Very safe, conservative play call out in the far flat. And Watson just bobbles it and drops it. I mean, we've seen mistake after mistake made by a football team coached by the so-called genius, Bill Belichick, who's had so much success in the postseason. This does not look like the same franchise.
5 in the secondary. Brady in the shotgun. 2nd and 10 from his own 20. Falk at his side. Brady now pointing with his left hand. Head swiveling back and forth as he studies the defense. Gets the belt high snap. Shuffles his feet. Throws a pass down the middle short. Caught in mid-stride. 30-yard line by Falk. Races up the middle by the 35 and belted and knocked down at the 37-yard line. 18-yard catch and run by Kevin Falk. Up to the 38. First down, New England.
Well, that time they go after the rookie, Donnell Ellerby, who started the inside linebacker spot, and Falk just comes out and runs a circle. Comes out wide, takes the rookie out wide, plants, and comes back inside. Nice route for Tom Brady, and a nice throw and a big pickup for the Pats.
Still 5 in the secondary for the Baltimore Ravens. Brady in the shotgun, down 24-0. 3 receivers on the near side. 4 down linemen defensively for Baltimore. There's the shotgun snap to Brady. Pocket crumbles. Does a line drive pass. Almost picked off on a dive outside the numbers in front of the Patriot bench at the 50-yard line. Almost picked off by Frank Walker on a diving attempt. Incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, again, we mentioned the fact that Welker is no longer in the lineup and out with that knee injury, and Sam Aiken making the start. He's been in the league for 7 years, but clearly he and Tom Brady aren't on the same page as Tom throws that ball way out to the outside shoulder. Walker almost gets an interception. They're doing a great job right now on Julian Edelman, the slot man, and Randy Moss.
From his own 38, Brady in the shotgun, 2nd down and 10. The nickel secondary, the 5 wide receivers. Brady with his right foot ahead of his left. Bent over, pointing. Has the snap, and a whistle blows as he got it belt high. Delay a game.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
I don't think I have ever seen the New England Patriots play this horribly this early in a big game.
Well, clearly... And we mentioned, and you know, I said Wes Welker, the loss of Wes Welker wouldn't be a problem. I don't think it's been a problem, although the Ravens have done a terrific job on Julian Edelman, double-teaming him and taking Moss out of the game at the same time. Welker, 346 catches, the most in the National Football League since 2007.
Brady back at his 33-yard line, 2nd down and 15 in the shotgun formation. The nickel secondary, here comes the 4-man rush. Quick throw outside, Falk caught it. But he was hit as he caught the ball outside the numbers on the far sideline, losing 5. Falk was belted, hit on the play by Carr, and it is now back to the 28-yard line.
Well, again, it looked like Carr was going to come on a blitz, but he peels off and takes Falk. That's not the throw you want to make in man coverage. Not sure if Tom Brady was fooled by it or not, but not a good play for the Patriots.
First quarter has come to a close here in Foxborough. Here are the boos. Crowd bundled up, 22 degrees with the wind chill. It's down to 10. 3 rushing touchdowns by the Baltimore Ravens. Turnovers by the New England Patriots, 2 by Brady. 24-0 Baltimore on top of New England at the end of 1. We take a break as you're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
Everyone has questions about preparing their taxes, especially this one.
What's this going to run me?
Well, now at H&R Block, you can get a straightforward price for a straightforward return. Pay just $39 to file a federal 1040 easy tax return and $29 if you need to file a state. And if your taxes are more complex, we can handle that too. Learn more at hrblock.com/1040easy. Click, call, or come over. Get it right. H&R Block. Taxpayer must meet IRS criteria to use Form 1040EZ. Price is available at participating locations.
Hey, NFL fans, looking for a way to buy or sell tickets for the NFL playoffs or Super Bowl 44 in South Florida? Then go to the NFL Ticket Exchange by Ticketmaster, the official ticket exchange of the NFL. Buy or post tickets for sale at NFL.com/ticket exchange, and we handle the rest. We make sure buyers get their tickets and sellers get paid, guaranteed. Go with the only NFL authorized ticket resale marketplace. Go to NFL.com/ticket exchange.
It's Danica Patrick, IndyCar Series driver. Over the years, I've driven a lot of different cars, but 2 things never change. No one demands more from their car than me, and nothing protects under the hood better than Peak.
Peak Long Life Antifreeze is formulated with advanced organic technology to protect any engine of any make, any model, anytime. If you can drive it, Peak can protect it.
And when I drive it, it better perform.
Peak Long Life Antifreeze in the blue bottle.
When you peak, you win.
Always maintain cooling system as specified in vehicle owner's manual, including top walls.
I'm a pediatric nurse in a hospital, so I know firsthand how hard it can be to try and take a sick kid's temperature. They're tired and scared, they're squirmy and fussy. Getting an accurate read used to be a major undertaking, but not anymore. Now we use the Exergen temporal scanner thermometer. Just one quick swipe across the forehead and you get an accurate temperature. More accurate than an ear, and as accurate as a rectal thermometer. And the best part, you can even use it while the kids are sleeping.
The Exergen temporal scanner, changing the way the world takes temperature. Home model available at Costco and other fine retailers.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. For many years, I couldn't join the fun outside the stadium, but now I just love tailgating with Ritz Crackers. To find great tailgating ideas, tips, and music, go to facebook.com/Ritz Crackers.
We start the second quarter with Baltimore leading 24-0. Third down and 20 for Brady. Moving from our right to our left. Half the field now is in shadow. Brady gets the snap, spins, hands off to Falk. He runs over the right side, trips, regains his footing, runs along the 30 toward the far sideline. He picks up 4. He staggers his way to the 32. Tackled on the play, brought down, no gain. Jarrett Johnson was there, Landry was there, and New England's got a punt.
It's incredible. I would have never written this script. I don't know that I was capable of writing this script if somebody had asked me to, just in a make-believe way. It just seems no matter what New England does, it is wrong, as the Ravens have just dominated the first part of this football game.
Hanson to punt into the wind. He's in the shadow right now. Blue jerseys, gray pants, silver helmets of the New England Patriots. High snap, pulls it down, left-footed punt high, hanging. Carr waving his right arm, running to the far side, bumps into his own guy. The ball is loose. It bounces to the sideline. Patriots seem to think they've got it, then they do. There's a break right there for the New England Patriots. It was into the wind. It may have pushed it to the far sideline. Markets down the fumble. I don't even know if it's a fumble. I don't know if he even had the ball. It ricocheted off of a Raven on the fair catch attempt. New England's got the ball.
It did, in fact, ricochet off, and Eric Alexander, who is a backup linebacker and a special teams ace, is Johnny on the spot. His car ran right into one of his own players. The ball bounces right up into Alexander's hands as he runs out of bounds. And if you want to know that
Tom Zibikowski was back there also with Carr.
Covered by the kicking team prior to going out of bounds. First down, New England.
You're at it, Mark, and so look where the Patriots are going to start at the 15-yard line of the Baltimore Ravens.
And you said it, Kevin. This is exactly the break that the New England Patriots were looking for. This could change the momentum, or at least stop the Ravens' momentum, and allow the Patriots to get back in this football game.
Trailing 24-0 here early in the second quarter. Brady is in the shotgun, moving from our right to our left, flanked by Falk. 5 in the secondary. High snap to Brady, handoff to Falk, a block by Watson, the tight end, runs outside the hash mark, right over the right tackle. He's by the 15, he's by the 10. He breaks a tackle inside the 10-yard line, and he's down to about the 7 on a gain of about 10 yards. Make it 9.5 on the play.
And you heard some cheers here at Gillette Stadium. That was a very physical play on first down, something you would not necessarily associate with this Patriots offense, as Brady now lines up with just one guy in the backfield.
He's from the 7 of Baltimore, 2nd and 1. Falk is that single back. 3 receivers, nickel secondary. Brady under center, gets the snap. Hands off to Falk, runs over the right tackle, and he was hit by Landry. He gained maybe a yard to the 6. He'll be close to a first down. Running outside the hash marks, running to the far side, picks up a hard-earned yard.
Well, Kevin, we've called Dewan Landry's number a lot today. The safety up around the line of scrimmage, coming as the extra rusher, running the play down from the backside. My question is, how you do that and get a double team on Randy Moss and Julian Edelman? I would think if you're Tom Brady, I want to throw the football to one of those guys if Dewan Landry's up around the line of scrimmage all day.
Because it's a pick your poison, right? I mean,
absolutely.
It's tough. Very tough.
You bring that guy down there to help out against a run. You've got to be shorthanded in the secondary. That's when you want to attack that Baltimore secondary.
They're going to measure on the field. They brought the sticks from the sideline. It is. Well, he hasn't signaled yet. The remeasuring now. He's short. He is short literally by the length of an index finger, and so it's just a matter of inches to go. And so now it will be 3rd and inches. with the Patriots trailing 24-0.
Interesting call here for Bill Belichick, a guy who has liked to go for it on 4th down a lot this year. Do you waste a play here? Do you run some sort of play action and take a shot at the end zone, knowing full well, Kevin, that you'll come down back on 4th down and inches and try to run another football play? I certainly would think if you're the defensive coordinator of the Ravens, Greg Madison, you've got to consider that option.
Fred Taylor has come in. Sammy Morris has come in. The Patriots break huddle. To our left. I formation. Brady's under center. 3 tight ends. Brady gets the snap. Hands off. Taylor over the right tackle. He got a block. He spins. He breaks the tackle. He's inside the 5. He was running inside the numbers, directed to the right tackle. He's got the first down. He may just be inside the 5-yard line, 1st and goal.
Well, Taylor said this week that he was ready and felt as good as he had felt all year. Of course, missed a bulk of the season after ankle surgery. Here's a guy that averages 4.6 yards per carry over his entire career. That's not just a cup of coffee. He's been in the league for 12 years. He could be a real asset to this Patriots running game.
4 in the secondary for the Baltimore Ravens. 1st and goal for the Patriots at the 5. 1 running back is Taylor. 3 receivers. Brady under center gets the snap, handoff to Taylor, and he's brought down, running over the right guard. He was brought down by Nada, Haloti Nada, along with Trevor Price. Jump on his back. He loses a yard, back to the 6.
Well, you mentioned Nada. I mean, one of the most difficult guys to block in the National Football League. I mean, the guy weighs 345 pounds, but he's just not a big blob. He's athletic. That time he ran the running back down. I mean, this guy might be the hardest guy to block in the National Football League, and he'll be heading to his first Pro Bowl this year.
2nd down and goal at the 6. Brady will be in the shotgun. Flanking him to his side will be Falk. 5 in the secondary. 3 receivers on the near side. Brady pointing with his right hand, now leaning over, arms outstretched. He gets the belt high snap, sets in the pocket, moves up, he evades the rush. He now looks to the left, he looks to the right, he throws a wobbly pass out of the end zone. Folks, everybody was covered. The pocket was crumbling, and the former Super Bowl MVP throws it away.
Well, great job of buying time, because Brady back in the pocket, looking right, then avoiding what looked to be a sack, moving back up into the inside, looked all the way back to the left side of the field before he threw it out of the end zone. Only 4 of 11 for 16 yards and 2 interceptions on the day. They need a touchdown desperately here, Kevin.
They go to the nickel once again. 3rd and goal at the 6. Brady will be on the shotgun. Flanking him to his right will be Falk. He's got 4 receivers. Now Brady walks up a step, pointing with his left hand. Backpedals now. Looks over that defense. 4 down lineman. There's a belt high snap. Brady in the shotgun sets. Bobs up and down. Cocks his arm. Runs out of the pocket. He's outside the numbers. Throws a line drive. Low pass. Diving catch was made. Edelman touchdown! 2 yards deep in the end zone. A diving catch by the double team. Julian Edelman. He was on the ground. And Brady somehow evading the rush, running outside the pocket, throws a line drive that was right on.
Well, the Ravens that time decide to rush only 3 and drop everybody into the end zone, and they do a terrific job of covering everybody up. But Brady manages to get out of the pocket and then draw that secondary towards him as he scrambles to the right and then throws a dart at the knees of Edelman, who goes down and makes the catch.
Gostkowski will try the extra point, capping off a 6-play, 16-yard drive on a fumble and a punt to Baltimore. Ball put down, right-footed soccer-style kick into the wind is up and in. 11:23 to play here in the second quarter. 24-7, Baltimore on top with that touchdown. RE/MAX makes another donation to the Children's Miracle Network. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX. 24-7, Baltimore leading. 11:23 to play in the first half. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
This is your land, and you love it. Every day you look out your window to watch the wildlife, who also call your land home. The animals who bring life to your land. You know their daily and seasonal habits, what they eat, and when their young are born. As a caring landowner, you can't bear to think about what might happen to them and to this special place in the future. Your dream is for your land to remain this way forever. The Wildlife Land Trust can help you. Keep your land free from development forever and protect the animals you've come to know so well from hunting and trapping. As part of the Humane Society of the United States, the Wildlife Land Trust preserves wildlife habitat and safeguards the animals who rely on it. Without such protections, your dream, your land, and its wildlife could be lost forever. If you have land and wildlife that you want to see preserved and protected, the Wildlife Land Trust can help. Call 1-800-729-SAVE. That's 1-800-729-SAVE. Or go to wildlifelandtrust.org. Your dream, our mission.
I'm Mary Tyler Moore. I've met a lot of children with juvenile diabetes.
I'm 11 years old, and my mom says I have had at least 11,000 shots.
Insulin is not a cure, it's life support. That child could face blindness, stroke, amputation, and every day, an endless series of shots.
It really hurts.
We at the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation are dedicated to finding a cure. You can help us. Call 1-800-533-CURE.
Tom Brady has just thrown a 6-yard touchdown pass to Wes Welker's replacement, Julian Edelman.
Daytona's new home for Sporting News Radio and Imus in the Morning. 1380 WELE, Ormond Beach, Florida. Sporting News Radio.
So it's 24-7. The Ravens on top of New England.
Well, that was the 16th consecutive playoff game Tom Brady has thrown a touchdown. Only Brett Favre has more, 18 and counting. And you knew that if Tom Brady had a chance here, even though down 24-0 early in this football game, the Patriots still had a chance.
Gostkowski to kick off from our right to our left. Parmley runs under the ball, near side at the 11-yard line to the 20. On the near sideline, stiff arms his way to the 23. Flag is thrown as he is. In fact, another flag was thrown too. Two at different parts of the field, a 12-yard return. We've only got now about a quarter of the field in sunlight on this crystal clear, blue-skied, sunny day in Foxborough, where the temperature is at about 20 degrees and the wind chill to about 10.
First foul, face mask, number 30 of the defense. 15-yard penalty at the end of the run. First down, Baltimore.
That's McGowan's second penalty.
Well, it is, and this is strange territory for the Ravens, by the way. 17 of their previous 18 plays have been in Patriots territory.
11:18 to play in the first half. 24-7 Baltimore. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
Hi, I'm Sam Fauser from Domino's Pizza, and you're about to hear real audio from a pizza focus group.
Domino's crust is like cardboard.
If you're wondering why we play such a comment, it's because it inspired us to redesign our pizza. With a garlic seasoned hand-tossed crust, a more flavorful mozzarella cheese, and new robust sauce. We think it's our best ever.
Hey man, where's new pizza? Seriously good.
Try Domino's inspired new pizza. Get 2 mediums with 2 toppings for just $5.99 each. Satisfaction guaranteed. Did we listen to our critics to make our best pizza ever? Oh yes, we did.
Must purchase at least 2 pizzas. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Troy Polamalu, Bob Bach here from Sports Notes. Can I have a minute?
Hold on. Let me take my helmet off.
Oh, my. Troy, your hair.
Well, Bob, since you asked, I use Head & Shoulders. It's for more than just dandruff.
Troy, I wasn't asking about your hair.
In fact, Head & Shoulders does 7 great things for my scalp and hair.
Actually, Troy, I'd really prefer to just talk about the game.
Would you?
Yes.
Would you?
No.
Head & Shoulders, 7 benefits in 1 bottle. Respect the scalp, get the hair. Official shampoo of the NFL.
With the Baltimore Ravens on top of New England 24-7. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. Coast to coast and around the world, this is Westwood One, your home for the NFL playoffs in Super Bowl 44. Longtime NFL quarterback Mark Malone, 7-time Pro Bowler Steve Tasker, Kevin Harlan here in the Subway Fresh broadcast booth, Gillette Stadium. Start the year right with a surprisingly low-fat Subway Club, part of Subway Fresh Fit Meals, Subway Eat Fresh. Touchdown pass moments ago by Tom Brady, putting the first points on the board for New England. Here now comes Baltimore. White jerseys, black pants, purple and black trim, black helmets, moving from our left to our right. Flacco is under center. Rice is in the backfield. 3 receivers. It's 1st and 10 from his own 38. The handoff to Rice. Zigzags up the middle over the center between the hash marks by the 40 into the 43. It's a gain of 4 on first down.
Well, Kevin, last year, LaRon McClain rushed for over 900 yards due to injuries in that Ravens backfield. Now they use him like a pulling guard. The 260-pound fullback motions to the far sideline, then comes back and leads on a trap play against a defensive tackle, and he does it very effectively. 2nd down and 6. Flacco under center, moving from left to right in the shadows here at Gillette Stadium.
43-yard line, offset eye, handoff to Rice, draw play, breaks a tackle of Mayo, runs between the hash marks, runs over his center, crossing the 45, puts his head down to the 47 mark, picks up 5 yards up the middle.
And James Sanders, the safety, the guy that makes the play, and I would expect to see a lot of him up around the line of scrimmage now, as the Ravens, who lead this game 24-7, will try to run the football an inordinate amount. They need to continue to shut that run down and force the game into Joe Flacco's hands.
Now it is 3rd and 1 with the New England Patriots on the defensive end. Baltimore at their own 48. Offset eye. Rice and McClain in the backfield with 2 tight ends. Flacco under center. Hands off to Rice. Runs over the left guard. Dives ahead. He'll be close to a first down. He was still between the hash marks. Running to the 49. Very close to a first down on the play. This Ray Rice is an exciting guy, isn't he, with a couple touchdown runs today.
Yeah, well, when you open up the game with an 83-yard touchdown run, it shouldn't be any surprise that he's already over the 100-yard mark. 9 carries for about 104 yards. But I'll tell you what, he led this team both in rushing, and he's a tremendous receiving back. I think that has been the big surprise since his arrival in the National Football League. He wasn't that kind of guy at Rutgers, but boy, he is a dual threat here for the Ravens.
Under center is Flacco. They do get the first down. From his own 49, offset eye, Rice included. Fake handoff to Rice. Flacco cocks his arm, throws an arching pass, far side, almost picked off. It was on the deflection. It looks like Tully Banta-Cain on a pass that was deflected in the secondary, intended on the far sideline for Heap. It's a turnover and interception. The second turnover for Baltimore. Tully Banta-Cain, the linebacker, has it at the 35 of New England.
Lee Bodden saw that coming the whole way. Somehow coming out of the play fake, Flacco doesn't see the corner playing extremely deep, and he throws the ball to the tight end. Bodden comes off the wide receiver and jumps right in front of Heap. Cannot get the interception, but tips it into the air, and Tully Banta-Cain comes down with it.
24-7. Baltimore is on top. Here is Brady in the shotgun, moving from our right to our left at his own 36-yard line. Nickel secondary, 5 receivers deployed. Belt high snap. Line drive spiral pass thrown by Tom Brady near side. Belt high catch made on the sideline by Aiken. Hit by Carr, picks up 5, spot him at the 41.
And clearly they've got a lot of work to do here, Kevin, but imagine this, a turnover and another score by this New England Patriots team who was just down a minute ago, 24-0, and it'll be 24-14 right back into this football game. By the way, Randy Moss has not caught a pass yet today for the New England Patriots.
At his own 41-yard line, Tom Brady in the shotgun has it 2nd down and 5, flanked by a running back. 3 receivers deployed. The nickel secondary for Baltimore. Brady pointing with his left hand. Now his right hand has his tight end in motion. The belt high snap, the handoff out of the shotgun, goes up the middle of Falk, runs along the hash mark, over the left guard, picks up 3, put him at the 44.
One of the things I think I would do if I was Bill Belichick and I wanted to try to get the ball to Randy Moss is to move him around. Now, a lot of times you'll go ahead and set your formations, and that allows the quarterback to make a determination as to what the defense might be doing, but it's also more difficult for the wide receivers to get open. I think moving Moss around might help him.
8 to play here in the second quarter, 24-7 with the Baltimore Ravens on top. 3rd and 2, under center is Brady. Single back is Falk. Fake handoff, back to pass. Brady pocket crumbles, throws a low pass, uncatchable, incomplete. Inside the numbers, short pass, far side. Lewis was covering Falk. Brady was pressured. The pocket was crumbling. They got to punt the ball. They can't cash in on the interception.
Yeah, the duo of Trevor Price and Terrell Suggs right in the face of Tom Brady, and it's a shame because the short motion that time of Randy Moss back toward the ball got him open on the crossing route. If Brady a little bit more time and a clean pocket to throw from, he would have had a big gain to the big wide receiver.
Here's 11-year veteran Chris Hansen, the punt from our right to our left. Clouds now moving and blocking some of the sun. Deep back is Carr inside the 15. Left-footed punt is high. It is hanging. Carr waving his arms, crossing his arms, and saying he's not going to get near that ball. Last time he did, it went off of him. It was recovered by New England. This time it goes out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. A 31-yard punt. It's 24-7, the Baltimore Ravens. 7:38 to play in the second quarter. We take a break. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Nowadays, when I talk with folks, they know Geico could save them hundreds on their car insurance. But what they want to know is how Geico does it. Well, I say we got tons of great discounts, like good driver discounts, multi-car discounts. And they say there's no secret formula. And I say, nah, it's just what we do. And then sometimes they say, maybe a talking gecko's a secret. Well, I wouldn't know what to say about that.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I'm Boomer, an East Coast kid with a Pacific Rush for you. Barbasol Pacific Rush Shave Cream. Barbasol Pacific Rush. The name says it all. Close shave, America.
America, you're looking good, handsome, free and tall. Close shave, America. Close shave, Barbasol. Close shave, Barbasol.
Everyone has questions about preparing their taxes, especially this one.
What's this going to run me?
Well, now at H&R Block, you can get a straightforward price for a straightforward return. Pay just $39 to file a federal 1040 easy tax return and $29 if you need to file a state. And if your taxes are more complex, we can handle that too. Learn more at hrblock.com/1040easy. Click, call, or come over. Get it right. H&R Block. Taxpayer must meet IRS criteria to use Form 1040 Easy. Price is available at participating locations.
Halfway through the second quarter, 24-7, Baltimore's on top, introducing Domino's new hand-tossed pizza with a garlic seasoned crust, sauce with 40% more herbs, and a more flavorful cheese. Get 2 mediums with 2 toppings for just $5.99 each. Satisfaction guaranteed. First and 10 from the 25-yard line, moving from our left to our right. Under center, Flacco, hands off on the play. Rice runs between the hash marks over his left guard, goes ahead for a yard, moves to the 26-yard line on the play. Tough guy, that little Ray Rice. Oh, he's only 5'9".
Well, he is, and that makes him a very good football player because he's low to the ground, low center of gravity, hard to see behind the line of scrimmage. I think Baltimore needs to be very careful here. They're going to try to be conservative with over 36 minutes left in this football game. But they need to try to get first downs here. If they get too conservative, it will come back to haunt them, Kevin.
From his own 27 under center, Flacco, first and 10, make it second down and 8, and goes a pass, which is caught, but then a quick hit and a loss on the play. LaRon McClain caught the ball just outside the hash mark at the 20. He loses 6. The defense was all over him that time, Steve Tasker, and he loses 6 on the play back to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and as we come up here to the 3rd and 14, Joe Flacco's going to be at the center of attention. And one of the things that's gotten lost here in this game because it got out of hand early, Flacco's walking around with a significant limp. He jogs with the limp. Now, he came into this game with that limp, but it's not getting any better. It could be a factor as this game wears on, and certainly as the playoffs go along.
Flacco's in the shotgun, 3rd and 14. 5 in the secondary for New England. Flacco gets the high snap, hands off to Rice, runs over the left side, runs along the 20. He is stopped. He cuts back toward the middle, runs toward the hash mark, crosses the 25-yard line. He's knocked down at the 26. After all that running, picks up 5 yards, and so now Baltimore's got to punt the ball.
Well, getting back to what Steve said and Joe Flacco, he has a hip injury. It's been bruised. In fact, he was limited and left practice early on Friday, although both John Harbaugh and his quarterback said it would be fine. Well, let me tell you something. These cold temperatures and standing on the sideline as the day wears on will not help the Ravens quarterback.
Here's the punt by Cook. Edelman is deep back. Wind at his back. The punt lands at the 29. Edelman to the 30. Runs on the numbers. Breaks a tackle 40. Breaks another tackle 45. Breaks another tackle 46. Up the sideline the 50. Breaks another tackle at the 47. Down the sideline the 45. And he's brought down at the 42. Holy Toledo! 27-yard return by the elusive Julian Edelman, who's caught a short touchdown pass already today on the 45-yard punt. What a return. Maybe that will ignite the Patriots.
Indeed. Julian Edelman. He is Wes Welker incarnate and could be a big factor as this game wears on.
5:33 to play in the first half. 24-7 Baltimore. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
It's complicated.
What is?
Today's real estate market. You drive around and look at the signs. Foreclosures, short sales, REOs. It's supposed to be a good time to buy, but then you hear about delays and red tape.
Go to RE/MAX.com.
RE/MAX.com?
RE/MAX.com has lots of info about buying or selling distressed properties. Plus, it'll point you toward a RE/MAX expert who can speed up the process.
RE/MAX.com?
RE/MAX.com.
Visit RE/MAX.com today. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX. Where do you want to be? Each office independently owned and operated.
Later on, we'll tell you about our defensive player of the game, brought to you by Kaspersky Lab, the fastest growing internet security software in America. Kaspersky Lab provides great defense against computer viruses, malware, and identity theft. Check out the new Kaspersky Internet Security 2010 at getkaspersky.com.
5:33 to play here in the second quarter, 24-7. Baltimore's on top of New England. Here come the Patriots, blue jerseys, gray pants, red and blue trim, silver helmets. Brady's in the shotgun from the Baltimore 44. 1st and 10. Falk at his side. 4 in the secondary. Brady hunched over, gets the bell high snap, looks down the middle, shuffles his feet, catches right in, throws a hole, line drive pass, caught bell high by Edelman. Near sideline, 40-yard line, picks up 5. Brought down in the play by Dominique Foxworth.
Well, he almost slipped out of Foxworth's tackle that time as Brady was working to the far sideline, trying to get the ball again in that circle route or halfback option route to the far sideline against the linebacker. Then had to come all the way back to the near sideline, managed to get the ball to Edelman, and he almost breaks the tackle. However, the Patriots do pick up 5.
Maroney is in. 2nd down and 5. Moss hasn't caught anything yet. Brady's under center from the 39-yard line of Baltimore. 4 in the secondary. Here's the fake handoff. Back to pass goes Brady. Chased out of the pocket. Has to throw it away. Jarrett Johnson came up the middle. Brady retreating and backpedaling and throwing it away all in one motion.
Well, they had some success with this in their Week 4 matchup. Running the circle of the linebacker, the outside linebacker, Jarrett Johnson, back through the A-gap. And, of course, Brady forced out of the pocket of the far sideline immediately to the side Randy Moss was lined up on. And, of course, the Ravens are doubling him on every down. So Brady had nothing else to do but throw it away.
They go to the nickel. Falk is in at the side of Brady in the shotgun. 3rd down and 5. 3 receivers deployed. Brady gets the snap, runs out of the pocket. Here comes the blitz again. He has to throw it away again. They had Corey Ivy. Here comes a flag. Terrell Suggs also coming. It's going to be on Baltimore. The flag is thrown against the Ravens. Brady can't even breathe with suffocating pressure by the Baltimore defense.
Defense, number 24. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
It's on Foxworth.
Well, again, these are great design blitzes that Greg Madison, the new defensive coordinator of the Ravens, have come up with. You know, it took a while for him to kind of get his legs with the Ravens. There was so much of Rex Ryan in this defense, and when he left to the Jets and became the Jets head coach, Madison was trying to keep a lot of what Rex did in this defense. It hasn't been, I think, until the last 6 or 7 weeks that he's really found his own identity with the Ravens.
Very good point. 1st down and 10 from the Baltimore 34. In the shotgun, Brady hands off to Falk, runs over the left tackle. He's outside the hash mark. He dances his way for 3 down to the 32.
Well, again, as I watch what the Ravens defense is doing with Randy Moss every play, they've got a corner with a safety over the top. If they're going to do that, then I'm going to flood the zone away from Moss and try to go to work over there. They're building walls to the inside. They don't want Edelman to run the crossing routes. So run flags with people underneath the Edelman side. I think you'll have a lot of success.
Approaching 4 to play here in the second quarter, 24-7. Baltimore is on top. 2nd down 8. Brady's in the shotgun. 3 receivers. Running back at his side. Hands off to that running back. That's Falk. He's hit by Ray Lewis as he was between the hash marks and thrown for maybe a half-yard loss. Nothing on the play. They stay at the 33. It'll be 3rd down.
And as I watch what Brady and the Patriots are doing with the running game, they almost always are running to Moss's side. That's because the safety, in that case, Ed Reed, is committed to the deep half. They don't want to be one-on-one with Moss, and they feel like they have an advantage to run the football. But if you can't get past the line of scrimmage, Kevin, there's no advantage for New England.
Brady in the offense, going right into the wind, going from right to left. 3rd down and 8. Brady in the shotgun. 5 in the secondary, flanked by a running back. Belt high snap to Brady. Backpedals, sets, cocks his arm, short pass, caught. Over the shoulder catch, near side, Falk, 25-20. Down the sideline, he's to about the 17-yard line with a flag thrown on the play. It's going to be against the New England Patriots. Going to wipe out the gain by Falk on the catch and run of 15.
Pass interference, offense, number 81. 10-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
Randy Moss.
And Randy Moss, indeed, the corner, the safety in that instance, squats down, and Moss doesn't try to avoid him. Now, that defensive back is entitled to the ground he's standing on. Moss just runs him right over, and a flag is thrown. And I would guarantee you right now, knowing Randy Moss, that he's a frustrated camper right now. He hasn't caught a football. And in fact, the first time he's got his number called today, it's a penalty against New England.
So the ball would push back to the 42-yard line of Baltimore. New England in the shotgun with Brady. 3rd down and 18. With the running back at his side and a nickel secondary awaiting him, looking into the wind. Brady gets the low knee-high snap. Sets up, pats his right arm, throws a pass. In stride, catching across the middle is Falk. He got it at the 36. Taken down right there. A gain of 6 on the play. It'll be 4th down. I can sense they miss Welker. They missed the timing that Welker gave him, the outlet that he gave him. Falk almost taking that position today as a running back.
It seems to me, however, that a lot of this game plan is called to throw the football to Marshall Falk. There's not a lot of motion. There's not a lot of changing in terms of formations. That creates problems, because now the defense has to change when you change formations. I haven't seen a lot of that from New England. It might be something they want to consider as adjustment when they go into halftime, Kevin.
So Kevin Falk and that offense have gone to the sideline. Here is the punt now by Hansen. Left-footed boot. Carr is deep back. It'll land inside the 5. It dies at the 5. Rolls to the 4. And that's where Baltimore will have it as we're close to the 2-minute warning. 2:07 to play right now. Baltimore's on top 24-7. Once again, let's go contact our sideline reporter, Steve Tasker, brought to you by Email Marketing from Constant Contact. For a free 60-day trial, log on to ConstantContact.com. Steve?
Well, there's no question Randy Moss is a focus of attention in the secondary for the Ravens. They're handling him 2 ways. With man-to-man coverage, they are getting in his face right at the line of scrimmage, trying to be very physical right at the snap. And in zone coverage, I've seen it when he's run crossing patterns when 3 different guys handed him off to the next defender. They all know where he is at all times.
They break the huddle. Baltimore does in the end zone. McGahee is in the I formation with McClain. From his own 4, moving from our left to our right with the wind at the back of the offense. Flacco is under center, hands off to McClain. He's got a 1-yard touchdown run today already. He runs over the right tackle. He's outside the hash marks, and he runs to about the 7-yard line on a gain of 3, which will take us to the 2-minute warning. We've reached that warning, brought to you by TurboTax. Here's your warning. When it comes to preparing your taxes, only TurboTax will get you the biggest refund you're entitled to. TurboTax. Choose easy. Try it now at TurboTax.com. 24-7. Baltimore's on top. 2-minute warning. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
Welcome, sir, to Alex and Dano's Steakhouse. What can I get you?
What do you recommend?
Well, the ribeye steak is fantastic.
Oh, is it?
Yes, and it's also free.
Free?
Free.
Well, I'm gonna go with ribeye then.
Free is better. Do your simple federal return for free at TurboTax.com. It's free to prepare, free to print, and free to e-file. No wonder TurboTax is the most trusted brand of tax software. Visit TurboTax.com today. Choose easy. Trusted brand claim based on survey July 2009.
Wow, that dinner was delicious.
Yep, totally sucked. A lot.
And that 12-layer chocolate cake, I didn't even know that was possible.
12 layers of deliciously horrible chocolate. Really, really horrible.
You know, honey, we should come here again.
It'll still suck, but why not?
When you're quitting smoking, a great meal without a cigarette sucks. Nicorette makes it suck less, doubling your chances of success. Learn more at Nicorette.com. Use as directed. Individual results may vary. Support program increases chances of success.
Ode to the Subway Turkey Melt. Quit talking turkey and get busy tasting it. Lean, juicy turkey smothered in melted cheese on freshly baked bread. All fresh toasted and stacked with mouth-watering veggies. Surprisingly, 7 grams of fat even with cheese. Part of a Subway Fresh Fit meal, a simple way to enjoy eating better. And by simple, we mean fantastically, mind-numbingly delicious. Gobble, gobble one up today. Subway. Eat fresh.
Subway Fresh Fit is not a diet program. Fat content refers to regular 6-inch subs, not down your 9-grain wheat bread compared to standard formula.
A reminder to stay with us for the NFL Playoffs halftime report with Scott Graham. Scott will preview Game 2 of our wild card doubleheader between the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals. Brought to you by Head & Shoulders with 7 benefits in every bottle. It's for more than just dandruff. Visit TroyTacklesMore.com for a free sample.
We're at the 2-minute warning, 24-7. Baltimore is on top of the New England Patriots. Baltimore led it 24-zip on the first play of the game. Ray Rice raced 83 yards for a touchdown. Then Brady fumbled. Second possession by Baltimore. 1-yard touchdown run by LaRon McClain. Brady has thrown 2 interceptions today. Rice has had a 1-yard touchdown run, his second touchdown run today. And Brady has thrown a 6-yard touchdown pass to Julian Edelman. Just before halftime, 3 New England turnovers in this first half.
Well, I'm sure Bill Belichick will tell you can't do anything about the pass. Right now, they've got to find a way to force a punt here by the Ravens. Hopefully get some more points on the board before this half.
2nd down, 6, handoff to McGahee. Flacco is under center. He spins, and McGahee goes outside the hash marks for a gain of 4. He's up to the 14, ran over the left tackle, and was belted right there.
Well, with 1:54 left in this football game, it's no wonder the Ravens are running the football, given the fact that Joe Flacco has completed just 2 passes in this game. Kevin, both of those to running backs. And again, this kind of played in the hands of the New England Patriots, who must come up with a huge 3rd down stop here and force the punt.
Timeout was taken by New England. Well, the one thing that the Patriots, Mark, have had on their side the entire game is time. But boy, to dig yourself out a 24-0 hole is very tough to do.
Well, it is, and they're going to have to make some critical adjustments at the break, Kevin. They're not doing a very good job of picking up the blitz from the Ravens. They're not doing a very good job of moving Moss around or trying to get Edelman open. And they're going to have to open up this offense a little bit better. And they're going to have to protect Brady a little bit better in the second half if they want to make a game of this.
Haloti Ngata has come in as a lineman. He normally plays nose tackle. McGahee in the backfield. 3rd down and 2. Flacco under center. Handoff goes to McGahee. Runs over Ngata. Runs over the left tackle. Outside the hash mark. Crosses the 15. Lands at the 16. Picks up 3. Gets the 1st down for Baltimore.
Well, they have some big tackles. Certainly Jared Gaither, 340 pounds, but none of them as big as Ngata. And Ngata comes off the football. He's a defensive lineman. He knows what it's like to come off the ball. It's a well-designed play, and that's exactly who I'd run over as well if I'm the offensive coordinator, Cam Cameron.
Baltimore has 3 timeouts. New England has 2. Flacco breaks huddle. Offset eye, McGahee in the backfield. 2 receivers, one of which Clayton is in motion. Under center, Flacco gets the handoff over the left tackle. Goes McGahee. Runs inside the numbers. Picks up a yard. Goes to the 17. Timeout taken by New England. Clock 109, 24-7, Baltimore leads.
Well, don't miss all the NFL excitement on CBS next Saturday when either the Ravens or the Jets meet the Indianapolis Colts in the division playoffs. You can check your local listings for more details, and check the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl 44 on CBS. But this is exactly, Kevin, what the Ravens want to do. They don't care about scoring any more points down here. They started this drive coming out of the shadow of their own end zone, and right now just moving the chains and more importantly chewing this clock up with 109 left in the first half is exactly what Baltimore wants to do.
Baltimore moving from our left to our right. The entire field now in shadow cast by the stadium. 2nd down and 9. Under center is Flacco from his own 17. McGahee in the backfield. McGahee gets the call. Breaks the tackle, being chased to the far sideline, and run out of bounds near the 26-yard line, 25-yard line. He'll have the 1st down. Let's see where they're going to spot the ball. Oh, you know what? Well, let's see. The guy over there's marking at the 26, but this guy's marking it at the 23. Okay. 6. I got you. My over-anxious statistician here. It's a gain of 6. And he's to the 24-yard line. 23-yard line is where the market is. Stepped out of bounds.
All right, now the Ravens again making a statement. They want to run the football. The Patriots need to do something, risk something, send extra people to try to stop this Baltimore run attack.
Under center is Flacco. 3rd down and 2. McGahee gets the call, running over the left guard outside the hash mark to the 25-yard line to the 26 and close to a 1st down. Gain of 2 on the play. They call an official's timeout, and they may measure. And there's nothing more, like you've said. Baltimore would love to run out this clock and go to the locker room and control the ball and in control of this game.
And it's right up their alley, Kevin. It's what they want to do. It's their makeup of their football team. Play great defense, run the football, run play action. And right now, when you take a look at tackles like Michael Orr, the rookie, Jared Gaither, the other tackle, Matt Burke, Ben Grubbs, Marshall Yanda, that's all they want to do is line up and run the football, and they continue to do it with success today against this Patriots defense.
They just got the 1st down.
23 runs, only 6 passes today from Baltimore.
Wow. 54 seconds to play here in the first half. 24-7, Baltimore's on top. Moving from left to right. They're at their own 26. And my guess is they will try to run out this clock. In fact, they're going to put a wide receiver about 10 yards in back of the line of scrimmage. Flacco will go to a knee. running out the clock in these final 33 seconds, with the Patriots shockingly down at halftime, 24-7.
Let me tell you something. There is nothing better if you're an offensive coordinator than calling the victory formation at the end of the first half. I mean, when you're up 24-7 and have dominated a football team that essentially has been almost unbeatable here at Gillette Stadium, you've got to feel very good about yourself.
A chorus of boos greeting the Patriots as they go to the locker room, and the Baltimore Ravens leave at halftime with a 24-7 lead. That's the end of the first half. When we come back, Scott Graham joins us from our RE/MAX studios with the halftime report. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
Bear Grylls is an adventurer. He's not some host in a sport coat. He's the real deal. Scrambling, scrapping, neck deep. Just look at him. He's a kid in a dirt-covered candy store. Where's he going? Doesn't matter. Somewhere on the map between danger and fun. Bear doesn't show you how to stay alive. He shows you how to be alive. And that's why we love him. Man vs. Wild. New adventures begin Wednesday at 9. Only on Discovery.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here with a little tailgating quiz for you. What's more fun, tailgating with your friends and enjoying a delicious Ritz cracker with a slice of cheddar and ham on top, or getting sacked by a 350-pound side of beef? Exactly! Tailgating with Ritz. So grab a Ritz cracker and join the fun. For tips to create your ultimate Ritz tailgating party, go to facebook.com/Ritz Crackers to download the perfect tailgating recipes, music, and so much more.
Hey, Colts fans, looking for a way to buy or sell tickets for a Colts playoff game? Then go to the NFL Ticket Exchange by Ticketmaster, the official ticket exchange of the NFL. Buy or post tickets for sale at NFL.com/ticket exchange, and we handle the rest. We make sure buyers get their tickets and sellers get paid, guaranteed. Go with the only NFL-authorized resale marketplace for Colts tickets. Go to NFL.com/ticket exchange.
They say you're nothing special, that I should look around. But I say you're the greatest friend that I've ever found.
They say a dog is man's best friend, but who takes you to the hardware store? Your car. So if you're a do-it-yourselfer, or you'd rather leave it to the pros, there's a Parts Plus Auto Store or Car Care Center near you.
You never let me down, I'll take good care of you.
Hey, for all the reasons you love your car, there's Parts Plus Auto Stores and Parts Plus Car Care Centers.
Welcome to the NFL Playoffs Halftime Report, brought to you by Head & Shoulders. With 7 benefits in every bottle, it's for more than just dandruff. Visit TroyTacklesMore.com for a free sample. Once again, here's Scott Graham.
In our Westwood One studios in New York, we are at halftime at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and a shocking first half it was. The Baltimore Ravens and New England Patriots getting together here on Wild Card Weekend. On the opening kickoff, Baltimore was held to just their 17-yard line. But on the very first play from scrimmage, they unleashed an avalanche of a first quarter.
Flacco is under center. Offset eye in the backfield. 3 down linemen, 1st and 10 at his own 17. Handoff to Rice. Big hole up the middle. Squirts by the 20. Foot race to the 30. Down the sideline, the 50. Chase to the 40. Down the near sideline, the 30. Chase to the 15. The 10. Breaks a tackle at the 5. He's in for the touchdown on the first play of the game. Ray Rice galloping from his 17 on an 83-yard romp right in front of his own bench. And the Baltimore Ravens have stunned this crowd. What a play!
Kevin Harlan, the call right here on Westwood One. That was the beginning of 24 unanswered points for the Baltimore Ravens in the first quarter. Patriots got themselves a turnover and a 6-yard touchdown pass from Tom Brady to Julian Edelman in the second. But it is 24-7. Baltimore leading this one at halftime. Now, coming up later today, the second game of our wild card doubleheader here on Sunday on Westwood One, with the Green Bay Packers in Arizona to take on the Cardinals. And for a preview of that game, let's go to University of Phoenix Stadium and check in with the guys who will be calling the action, Marv Albert and James Lofton. Guys?
All right, Scott. Now, James, the major question for Arizona, injuries involving 2 key players, wide receiver Anquan Bolden, Pro Bowl corner Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. These are game-time decisions, and at this hour, there is nothing definitive.
Well, DRC, what they like to call him, Rodgers-Cromartie, I think at cornerback, he had an abrasion, a cut on his knee, so he's got to be tougher than that. But Anquan Boldin, I think if he can't play, it leaves a hole in their offense similar to Wes Welker not being able to play for the Patriots, and we see what a concern that had been in the first half for the Patriots because he's a go-to guy. He's an emotional leader. He's everything that they need, but I'd be concerned if he can't play.
All right, now last week, with nothing at stake, here in Arizona, Packers beat the Cardinals big, 33-7. Ken Wisenhunt lifted his starters. Mike McCarthy of Green Bay played it out. Does last week play it all into what takes place this afternoon? Sometimes it is difficult to just flip the switch back on.
And I think for the Cardinals, there's a little bit of that wounded pride going on because they've had to hear it all week long. Yeah, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. Well, I looked at the first 20 plays that they ran on defense. They blitzed 6 times. So they were coming after Aaron Rodgers, believe it or not. They just couldn't get to him. They scored 2 touchdowns their first 2 drives. The Packers did against the first unit for the Cardinals. So a little bit of wounded pride going on.
And from Green Bay's point of view, what are they most concerned about?
Well, I think that they have to always factor in, can we protect Aaron Rodgers? When they've done that, they've been a great team. When they haven't, it's been ugly.
All right, Green Bay finished 11-5. They finished hot. They won 7 of their final 8. Arizona 10-6 first in the NFC West, and they will look ahead to next week. The winner here today faces the Saints next Saturday in New Orleans. Right here, we'll send it back to Scott Graham in our Westwood One RE/MAX broadcast studios.
All right, thank you, guys. That game coming up later on, immediately following this one here on Westwood One. Our score at halftime in Foxborough, Massachusetts at Gillette Stadium, Baltimore 24, New England 7. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Hi, Michelle. Sorry I'm late. It's been one of those days.
Tell me about it. I am so tired. I didn't sleep well last night. Again.
You do look very tired. And you also look like you've lost a lot of weight since I saw you last month.
Yeah, I guess I have lost a few pounds. I don't seem to have much of an appetite lately.
Is everything okay at work? Or is anything going on at home?
I don't know what's going on. I have a hard time concentrating in the office. I cry for no good reason at home, and I'm just down all the time.
Could any of this be related to your epilepsy?
I don't know. I never thought about that.
I think you should talk to your doctor about being so depressed. I don't like seeing you like this.
You're right. Managing my seizures is hard enough. I don't want to be sad all the time, too.
Depression is the most common mood disorder experienced by people with epilepsy. For more information about epilepsy and mood disorders, visit epilepsyfoundation.org.
Getting advice from a teenager is a little unusual, but please listen to me. If you find yourself pregnant and you're scared, I've got some advice because I've been there. My boyfriend wasn't ready to be a father, and frankly, he wasn't all that interested after I told him I was pregnant. My friends told me I should keep the baby because it would be fun. Well, having a baby is about the baby. It's not about whether I have fun. Some people told me my parents would help take care of the baby, but my baby still wouldn't have both a mom and a dad of her own. And that's really important to me. After putting my feelings aside, I made the best decision I could for my baby. Not because I felt it was easy, but because I felt it was right.
Adoption. It's about love.
I didn't give my baby up. I gave her more.
A message from LDS Family Services.
In our Westwood One studios in New York, Scott Graham with you. Don't forget, Green Bay and Arizona coming up immediately following this one. And also, don't forget that next week, we're going to have all the excitement of the divisional round of the NFL playoffs with doubleheader action on Saturday and again on Sunday. If it's the NFL playoffs, it's on Westwood One. This has been the NFL Playoffs Halftime Report, brought to you by Head & Shoulders, with 7 benefits in every bottle. It's for more than just dandruff. Visit TroyTacklesMore.com for a free sample. Once again, our halftime score, Baltimore 24 and New England 7. When we return, Kevin Harlan and Mark Malone will have the second half kickoff. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Throughout history, we have looked to the stars for inspiration and hope. In these extraordinary times, you can give the gift of inspiration and hope. Name a star after someone. I'm Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, we will name a star after anyone you wish to inspire and send them a beautiful personalized gift. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333, or visit starregistry.com and give the gift of hope.
Everyone has questions about preparing their taxes, especially this one. What's this going to run me? Well, now at H&R Block, you can get a straightforward price for a straightforward return. Pay just $39 to file a federal 1040 easy tax return and $29 if you need to file a state. And if your taxes are more complex, we can handle that too. Learn more at hrblock.com/1040easy. Click, call, or come over. Get it right. H&R Block. Taxpayer must meet IRS criteria to use Form 1040 Easy. Price is available at participating locations.
We all have the idea of the perfect motorcycle parked in our head. Close your eyes and you can almost feel it. Problem is, sometimes it's a long way from the motorcycle parked in your garage. If that's your situation, your Harley-Davidson dealer is proud to announce the Competitive Bike Exchange. We'll give you $500 over the trade-in value towards the purchase of any new Harley-Davidson motorcycle and give you 34 different ways to fulfill your destiny, starting at $69.99. The Harley-Davidson Competitive Bike Exchange, now through January 31st.
Dealer prices may vary. Must take delivery of a new untitled Harley-Davidson motorcycle by January 31st, 2010. Trade-in must be competitive two-wheel street legal motorcycle 150cc or greater. Trade-in value at dealer's discretion. Participating Harley-Davidson dealers only. See www.h-d.com/trade-in for complete details.
Welcome back to the NFL playoffs. We're in Foxborough with the Baltimore Ravens at halftime, leading the New England Patriots 24-7. This is Kevin Harlan back in Foxborough with Mark Malone. And that sound means it's time to exchange ideas about what each team needs to improve upon in the second half, brought to you by Harley-Davidson. Now is the time to improve your ride with the Competitive Bike Exchange. Stop into any participating Harley-Davidson dealer before January 31st. Trade in your competitive bike for $500 over trade-in value towards the new Harley-Davidson motorcycle of your choice. Visit harley-davidson.com/trade-in for more details. All right, how do you survey this second half, Mark?
Well, there's a lot of room for improvement if you're the New England Patriots. The first thing they need to do is protect Tom Brady much better than they did in the first half. And they've got to get Randy Moss involved. You can motion him around. There are ways to get players the football, and getting the ball in his hands would help their offense tremendously. They need to do a better job on third down as well. Only 29%. The New England Patriots averaged 44% conversion on third downs during the regular season. The Ravens, on the other hand, they need to just continue to take care of the football. I mean, the last thing you want to do here is put the ball in Joe Flacco's hands to start throwing it all over the football field. They've got to run it, but they've got to run it successfully. You know, if you take away that 83-yard run, Kevin, this Patriots defense has held Ray Rice at just 2.6 yards per carry. So they've done a pretty good job with the exception of that one run. What they need to do is shut that run down and force Flacco into third and passing situations and then turn that defense loose.
Once again, let's contact our sideline reporter, Steve Tasker, today brought to you by Email Marketing from Constant Contact for a free 60-day trial. Log on to ConstantContact.com. Steve, what do you have?
Well, coming off the field, John Harbaugh said that he knows he's trying to get his team in the mindset they want to come out in the second half is to think about the next play. Forget about what has happened. Just think about the next play and how you can win on that play. And I asked him if Joe Flacco has only completed a couple of passes all day. What's the story with the throwing him? He goes, I know. He goes, we're gonna have to throw the football to win this football game, and sooner or later it's going to come down to Joe Flacco completing some passes to keep the offense balanced.
Well, interestingly enough, Steve, and you mentioned the fact that Joe's been limping around. He's got a hip injury. He has a bruised hip. He was limited in practice to a great extent this week. But you go back and look at that Week 4 matchup between these two teams, and he really exploited that New England defense in the first half. A lot of play actions, targeted Derek Mason 6 times in the first half and just shredded the secondary of the New England Patriots. Now, I don't know that he needs to do it to that extent, but they've got to find more balance in this offense in the first half. I agreed with John, and I agree with you, Steve. If not, they're going to allow New England to work their way back in this football game. And the last thing you want to do is have the Patriots with a chance to win it with 2 minutes left on the left in this football game, and Tom Brady with the football.
So 24-7 is our halftime score. The kickoff now by Baltimore, going from our left to our right. This soccer-style boot coming short near sideline. Slater 12-yard line to the 20, cuts the middle of the field, runs along the 25, outraces the defender, chase to the 30, sideline 35 from behind. He's brought down right in front of the Patriot bench on the far sideline at about the 38-yard line on a 26-yard return. So let's see what Tom Brady's got up his sleeve. Randy Moss has been quiet. There's no Wes Welker. A lot of promise, though, for this second half. If you're New England, you've had great success here this season.
Well, you have. And again, what they've done to Julian Edelman is they built walls to the inside. They don't want him running cross patterns. So run him on flag. Start running him on outside routes. I think those are the kinds of adjustments the Patriots need to make here at halftime.
Brady is in the shotgun on 1st and 10. The handoff goes to Folk. He runs along the hash mark and over the right guard and picks up a yard. He's to the 39-yard line.
Not that you would expect to see panic from Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, but they come right out here in the first play of the second half and run a draw, just trying to keep that Ravens defense in check. But you need to have more success on first down, because 2nd and 9 is just going to put that Ravens defense in a go mode. They're going to pin their ears back and come after Tom Brady.
Brady again is in the shotgun formation from the 39, 2nd down and 9. 4 in the secondary. Running back at the side of Brady. Patriots in their blue jerseys, silver pants, silver helmets. There's the belt high snap. Turns right, short pass, line drive, caught chest high, sideline on the far portion of the field. It's caught by Baker. He picks up a gain of 2. He's to the 41-yard line.
Well,
immediately hit on the play by Foxworth.
Yeah, well, Tom Brady had no choice but to get rid of the football. That time, they brought the ranch. Ray Lewis, the safety Dwan Landry, everybody coming through the A-gap. They had the slant route in the flat, and Tom Brady gets the ball out of his hands before the sack, but they only pick up about 3 yards on the play.
3rd down and 7 yards to go. Brady again will be in the shotgun formation. There's 5 in the secondary. There'll be 2 down linemen for the Baltimore Ravens. 5 receivers have been deployed. Brady by himself in the gun. Surveys the defense. Gets the belt high snap. Shuffles his feet. There's a line drive pass out of the reach. In stride, coming to the near sideline. Edelman, he was just outside the numbers. The ball just out of his reach, incomplete. 3 and out. They got to punt the ball.
And Kevin, that's the adjustment I was talking about. Again, a lot of crossing routes in the first half. The second half, they come out here and they run the flag route. Edelman runs a nice route, presses the defender to the inside, and comes out and has about a stride on the safety. Just an inaccurate pass, which is surprising from Tom Brady.
The wind is in the face of the New England punter Hansen. Deep back is Carr at the 15. High snap, shoulder high, and the punt is away. Drifting to the far side, waving it off is Carr. The wind grabs it and pushes it backwards, right in front of the Patriot bench. Short hang time, very little distance on the play. Distance on the play of about 28 yards. And so, good beginning field position for the Baltimore Ravens. We are early in the second half. Ravens 24, Patriots 7. We take a break. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, 1 inning more to play. Then all 5,000 throats recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball, unheeded, sped.
That ain't my style,
said Casey.
Right what?
The umpire said. She signaled to the pitcher. Once more the spheroid flew.
I think I'll just ignore it.
And the umpire said,
Right to!
Now, something different than we read about in the poem. Casey thought of Mom and Dad and time she spent at home. She relaxed, she smiled, her confidence, it grew, and above the roar of the crowd she heard her dad shout, Follow through! Somewhere, men are laughing and children having fun. And tonight, there's joy in Mudville, for mighty Casey hit a home run.
Family, isn't it about time? From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Let's play Who Wants to Volunteer in Your Community with Ella in Santa Monica, California.
Hey, wait, I don't want to volunteer.
Volunteering can really be fun. In fact, we've asked your entire algebra class here to tell you more.
But we were thinking that you should start tutoring people because you're all, like, smart and stuff.
I should?
You free tonight?
Sure.
To find out ways you can volunteer in your community, log on to teensvolunteer.org. Do what you like to do. Volunteer. A public service message brought to you by the USA Freedom Corps, the U.S. Department of Justice, the Crime Prevention Coalition of America, and the Ad Council.
Time for the Carfax fact of the game. The Patriots have won 11 consecutive postseason games at home. That's a ton. That's our fact of the game, brought to you by Carfax. If you're buying a used car, make sure your playbook includes Carfax. A Carfax vehicle history report can help, and it's free at thousands of reputable dealers. Just say, show me the Carfax, or go to Carfax.com. 22 degrees, 11-mile-an-hour wind, 10 degrees with the wind chill. It'll be at the back of the Baltimore offense in this third quarter. They begin at their 32.
Well, let's hope then that there are some sales on the running backs, because I guarantee you they're not going to come out and throw this football unless they absolutely have to. I think their best chance of throwing the football, however, Kevin, would be on first down out of the play action. Let's see what Joe Flacco and Cam Cameron do here on first down.
Baltimore white jerseys, black pants, black and purple trim, black helmets. Under center is Flacco, offset eye, gets the snap, hands off to Rice, runs over his center, runs between the hash mark, bounces outside, crosses the 35, breaks a tackle to the 36, and dives to the 37 mark, picking up 6 yards on the play.
Yeah, you would think that an offense would say, hey, listen, the wind is at our back. Let's use that to our advantage and throw the football. But right now, with a 24-7 lead, there is no way in heck that this Baltimore Ravens team is going to start airing it out. They will throw it if they have to on third down.
3 on the defensive line for the New England Patriots, 4 in the secondary, second down and 4. Flacco under center eye formation to the backfield. Gets the snap, hands off to the fullback, first man through. This is McClain running outside the hash mark, running over his left guard, picking up a meager 2 yards to the 40.
Well, we talked about it in the pregame, Kevin. This is a football team that likes to run the football. Ray Rice over 1,300 yards. Willis McGahee 14 touchdowns on the season. And that's not even talking of their fullback, LaRon McClain. This is a football team that will run it and then put themselves in 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, which is a very convertible situation. This is the 5th time, by the way, that they are 3rd and 2 or less in this football game.
Patriots are going to have 4 down linemen, 3rd down and 2. Flacco at his own 40, moving from left to right. He's under center with an I formation. McGahee is in. He gets the snap, the fake to McGahee, back to pass. Flacco winds up, arching spiral pass, down the middle, looking for Williams. He had it as he leapt in the air, and he drops it as he was going down at the 17-yard line, right between the hash marks. Excellent coverage on the play in the secondary by the veteran Springs, who is slow to get up, assisted by his teammates. 3 and out. Baltimore's got to punt the ball.
Well, Kevin, if I was playing in my 13th year and it is cold as it is today, I'd be slow to get up as well. Good job by Williams that time going up to get the football. Just couldn't hold on to it as the Ravens take a deep shot and come up short on 3rd down.
Here's the punt now by Sam Cook from our left to our right. Edelman inside the 15-yard line. Wind at the back of the punter. Down high snap. Right-footed punt. High, wobbly, coming to the near side. Edelman calls the fair catch, which he makes. Hang time of 4.41. 46-yard punt. Patriots will have it when we come back. 14-yard line, trailing 24-7. New England will have the ball. We are in the third quarter. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
Hi, I'm Sam Fauser from Domino's Pizza, and you're about to hear real audio from a pizza focus group.
Domino's crust is like cardboard.
If you're wondering why we'd play such a comment, it's because it inspired us to redesign our pizza. With a garlic seasoned hand-tossed crust, a more flavorful mozzarella cheese, and new robust sauce. We think it's our best ever.
Hey man, where's new pizza? Seriously good.
Try Domino's inspired new pizza. Get 2 mediums with 2 toppings for just $5.99 each. Satisfaction guaranteed. Did we listen to our critics to make our best pizza ever? Oh yes, we did.
Must purchase at least 2 pizzas. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
It's quite a proposition when you think about it. You contact Geico and you could save hundreds on your car insurance. 15 minutes, simple as that. Something they've been doing for over 70 years. You want car insurance and you want extra money in your wallet, done and done. Now, not only do you have some nice car insurance, you've got plenty of money to spend on some tasty biscuits. Or flowers for your mum. Or whatever it is you fancy.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Turn right now.
I don't know what I did without my GPS.
Turn left ahead.
I just follow the instructions, and it takes me where I want to go.
Continue straight.
Now I can do my taxes the same way with TurboTax. It has a unique GPS feature that guides me step by step through my return. It even double checks along the way, which helps get me right to my maximum refund. Guaranteed.
See for yourself at TurboTax.com. Choose easy. Money back guarantee. Details at TurboTax.com.
Don't miss all the NFL excitement on Fox later today when the Green Bay Packers meet the Arizona Cardinals in the Wild Card playoffs. Check your local listings for more details. Catch the NFL playoffs on Fox. Now back to Kevin Harlan and Mark Malone at Gillette Stadium.
Our field is completely immersed in shadow. 11:38 to play in the third. 24-7 Baltimore. Brady keeping his hands warm. Now begins to point as he backpedals in the shotgun. After the 3-and-out by Baltimore from the 14, Brady 1st and 10. Quick throw, far side, caught by Edelman. Caught it around his helmet with both hands. He caught it inside the numbers at the 19. He crossed the 20 and angles to the sideline, and he's out at about the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 11, quick hitter for a first down.
Well, the Ravens come with the blitz right off the slot, right off of Edelman's nose. Brady sees it. The rookie sees it. Tom gets in the ball right away, and that's exactly what Julian Edelman does best. Makes people miss.
5 in the secondary. Brady studies that. At his side in the shotgun formation is Falk, 1st and 10. The belt high snap from the 24. Looks right, no one there. Looks left. There's a line drive spiral pass. Leaping two-handed catch on the near sideline by Moss. Caught it helmet high. Then he is gang tackled right in front of the Baltimore bench. The catch made at the 39. 14-yard pickup. His first catch today. It is a first down.
Well, I'll tell you what. All you got to do is hold on because the cavalry's coming, and that's exactly what Foxworth did. Brady started on the right side, worked all the way back across the field, and hit Moss on the adjustment. Foxworth holds him up, and about 5 different Ravens take a shot at the Patriots wide receiver.
First down and 10 yards to go. Brady at his 39, shotgun snap, sets up in the pocket, bobs up and down on the balls of his feet, throws a short pass, caught inside the numbers by Falk, races to the middle, picks up 4. Tackle just outside the hash mark at the 43-yard line.
You know, Kevin, we said in the pregame, this is not a football team that we would expect the Patriots to run the football against defensively. They were going to have to throw it. To a great extent, they've abandoned the run, and that's what they have to do. Tom Brady now, the game is on his shoulders. He'll have to win it for New England.
He's in the shotgun from his 43. 2nd down and 6. Into the nickel. He throws a long line drive pass. It's intercepted. It's picked up on the play by Landry. Down the sideline, 45, 40. Down the sideline, the 30. Up foot race to the 25. He's belted and taken down at the 22-yard line. Tom Brady has been picked off for the 3rd time today. Twan Landry gets it, racing down the sideline for 44 yards. And Tom Brady and the Patriots again with their backs against the wall. 4 turnovers for the Patriots. That is a season high.
Well, Twan Landry finished the play up, but give the credit to Frank Walker. He's the one that laid the wood to Benjamin Watson, almost knocked the tight end out as Brady tried to throw the deep flag to the far sideline. The ball gets tipped in the air. After that, it was all Landry down to the 22-yard line.
24-7, Baltimore's on top. We're in the third quarter, early third quarter from Foxborough. Offset eye, under center Flacco, handoff to Rice, runs over the left guard. He's outside the hash mark, past the 20, down to the 16, maybe even the 15-yard line. Pushing the pile, picks up 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, again, they've had some injured defensive linemen for the New England Patriots over the last several weeks. Most of those guys have returned to the lineup. Guys like Vince Wilfork, certainly Jarvis Green. Ty Warren has battled some injuries as well. They're going to have to stop this run game and make the Ravens have to face 3rd and long situations instead of these 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3s.
Offset eye from the Patriots, 16. Flacco under center, 2nd down and 4. 3 down linemen. Flacco studies, hands off to Rice, runs over the left side, cuts back in the middle, breaks a tackle at the 25, make it the 15-yard line, and he's between the hash marks for a gain of 5 to the 11-yard line, and he's got the first down to the Patriot 11.
Well, that makes it 166-yard rushing on the day for the Ravens at this particular point. And I'll tell you, that's what makes Ray Rice so good. You mentioned earlier, he's only 5'8", low center of gravity, hides behind people. He can stop and cut on a dime, yet he's extremely powerful. Broke at least 2, maybe 3 tackles on that particular run to move the chains for the Ravens.
From the 11-yard line of New England, 1st and 10. I formation with Rice. Flacco hands off to Rice, runs over the center, big hole past the 10, between the hash marks to the 8, and breaks a tackle, diving to the 6, maybe the 7. He'll pick up 4 to the 7-yard line of New England.
You know, there's been a lot of talk about, the Ravens and in terms of what it is Ozzie Newsome, the general manager, has done. You know, they've been such a great defense for so many years, but a lot of those draft choices as of recent years have gone to the offensive side of the football. Guys like Michael Orr, And they have certainly grown as an offensive group, and I think as Joe Flacco continues to mature as well, Kevin, they will certainly be a force to be reckoned with in the AFC.
Moving from left to right at the Patriots, 7, second down and 6. Flacco under center, fakes the handoff. He's going to roll himself to the near side. He's outside the numbers of the 10. He goes one-on-one with Brandon Merriweather in the open side of the field on the near sideline, down to the 7, and he runs on the naked bootleg, and it's no gain on the play. Down at the 7-yard line, near sideline.
Well, Kevin, I'm going to go way back. I mean, way back when I played in the league. I had pretty good speed. We'd run bootlegs like that, the naked boot. Let me tell you something. That's an interesting call given the fact that your quarterback has a bad hip.
Yes.
You don't give him an outlet to not only bootleg it, but throw it. Nobody else was running around. That was a blind, naked bootleg. Joe Flacco on his own, and it really didn't fool the Patriots defense.
Patriots are going to go to 6 defensive backs. Flacco in the shotgun. 3 receivers across the way. 3rd and 6 from the 7. Handoff to Rice. Runs over the center. Runs between the hash marks and goes as far as the 5, and he picks up 2.
Daytona's new home for Sporting News Radio and Imus in the Morning. 1380 WELE, Ormond Beach, Florida. Sporting News Radio.
His 3rd interception of the day for Coach Bill Belichick.
Oh, you asked me to headline the football game for the New England Patriots. I said it's all about Tom Brady. It's been about Tom Brady since he took over the starting job here at New England. No one would have expected him to have thrown 3 interceptions so far. And the fact that the Ravens are going to be in a position to be up by 20 points if this field goal is good.
Here's a 23-yard try with the wind at his back, and the soccer-style kick is up and in by Billy Cundiff. Splits the upright, 6:18 to play in the 3rd. 27-7 Baltimore. With that field goal, Barbasol makes another donation to the Boomer Esiason Foundation dedicated to beating cystic fibrosis. Barbasol thick and rich shaving cream, the real close shave. 20 Baltimore points off of 4 New England turnovers. 6:18 to play in the 3rd, 27-7. Baltimore on top as you're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
Want to hear the sound of hassle-free traveling?
All aboard!
Amtrak takes the hassle out of traveling to over 500 destinations. You can stretch out in a spacious seat, relax in a sleeping car, and enjoy a hot meal in the dining car. And for those who want to kick back and take in the scenery, go right ahead. For everything you get on Amtrak, the one thing you won't get is this. So whether you're going to a family reunion or an away game, make it a whole lot nicer on Amtrak. Book your trip today at Amtrak.com or call 1-800-USA-RAIL.
All aboard!
Following the most watched Olympic Games in U.S. history.
Michael Phelps, new world record!
This February, the world will gather in the spectacular city of Vancouver as the brightest stars in winter sports compete for country in pursuit of Olympic gold.
What a performance! There's your world champion, winter Olympic gold medalist, Shaun White. And it is gold for Rio!
The Vancouver Olympic Winter Games, live this February on the networks of NBC.
Well, let's check the game time temperature brought to you by Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer. With just a gentle forehead scan, you get a fast and accurate temperature, even on a sleeping baby. For more information, go to Exergen.com. That's EXERGEN.com. Available at Walgreens. By the way, it's 25 degrees, 14 with a wind chill. Sunny, although it's cloudy on the field. Winds out of the northwest at 12 miles an hour. Feel like I'm on the Weather Channel, Kevin.
You sound good. You sound great. Well, the Baltimore Ravens have scored 20 points off of 4 New England turnovers, including 3 Tom Brady interceptions, leading 27-7 with 6:18 to play here in the 3rd.
Well, again, just mistakes you wouldn't expect from a guy like Tom Brady. Of course, those mistakes, to a great extent, have been caused by a very aggressive defense, but the last interception he threw into deep coverage is going to have to be much better.
McCundiff, Baltimore kickoff from left to right. This will be Darius Butler at the 5, up the middle of the 10, between the hash marks, the 20, breaks a tackle, 25, breaks another tackle, 30, up the middle of the 35, 40, runs to the outside now, and Butler takes it past the 45 and wrestled out of bounds at the 47-yard line. 43-yard return. So that's where Tom Brady in this offense will begin when we come back with 6:07 to play in the 3rd in Baltimore, leading New England 27-7. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
We knew it wasn't the best time to sell a home.
But we really didn't have a choice.
Since I changed jobs, the commute was killing me.
So we called Barb, a RE/MAX agent.
Our RE/MAX agent?
Our RE/MAX agent. She helped us price the house competitively, put together a marketing plan, and pretty soon...
We got an offer.
The closing's today.
We need to get going.
Right.
RE/MAX agents average more sales than other agents. Visit RE/MAX.com today and find the RE/MAX agent who's right for you. Where do you want to be? Each office independently owned and operated.
Well, I was shopping for a new car. Which one's me? A cool convertible or an SUV? Too bad I didn't know my credit was whack, cause now I'm driving off the lot in a used subcompact. F-R-E-E, that spells free. CreditReport.com, baby. Saw their ads on my TV. Thought about going but was too lazy. Now instead of looking fly and rolling fat, my legs are sticking to the vinyl and my posse's getting laughed at. F-R-E-E, that spells free. CreditReport.com, baby.
Offer applies with enrollment and Triple Advantage.
We're back in Foxborough, 27-7. Baltimore's on top. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves coast to coast and around the world. This is Westwood One, your home for the NFL playoffs in Super Bowl 44. With Mark Malone and Steve Tasker, this is Kevin Harlan. We're in our Subway Fresh broadcast booth. Eat smarter with a surprisingly low-fat Subway turkey melt. Part of a Subway Fresh Fit meal. Subway Eat Fresh. The Patriots, with the wind in their face, moving from right to left. They're going to be at their 47-yard line. Brady, I think, now is going to be exclusively in the shotgun mark the rest of the way.
Absolutely. I think you need to go 2 minutes, try to set the tempo in the second half here, and limit the substitutions for that Ravens defense.
5 defensive backs for the Baltimore Ravens. Falk in motion. The belt eye snap to Brady. Cocks his arm, throws a short pass. Dropped by Falk, cutting across the middle in stride, 50-yard line. And between the hash marks, incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
If I would have told you before this game kicked off, Kevin, that at this point in the game, well into the third quarter, the Patriots would only have 94 yards, you would have thought I was crazy. It just seems like time after time, somebody makes a mistake, a missed block, a sack, an interception. It has all gone wrong for the Patriots today.
Brady from his 47 in the shotgun formation. 5 receivers deployed. 2nd down and 10 now. Walks up, might be changing the play. 5 defensive backs will stare at him at the other side. Brady gets the snap. Hands off. Falk up the middle. Dancing between the hash marks. Got a block at the 50. Runs between the hash marks down to the 46-yard line and picks up with that a quick burst of 7 yards and about 2 yards shy of a first down.
Well, again, Tom is calling the plays now at the line of scrimmage for the most part, depending on what the Ravens are due for their defensive alignment. But I just think they need to go ahead and pick up the pace a little bit. Try to press this Ravens defense and force them, A, to get tired, and B, to make a mistake.
On the Baltimore 46, 3rd down and 3. Brady continues in the shotgun. Morris at his side. 4 receivers deployed. Again, the nickel secondary for Baltimore. The belt eye snap. Brady cocks his arm, throws a low line drive pass, caught knee high, 40-yard line. Randy Moss outside the numbers. He gets the first down, pickup of 6. They'll move the chains.
Well, again, you can even see a change in philosophy in terms of covering Moss. Yes, they still are doubling him, but from an off position. Most of the day they've been up jamming him at the line of scrimmage. They're allowing him to catch the football as long as they can make the tackle for a 4 or 5 yard gain.
From the Baltimore 40, shotgun snap to Brady on 1st and 10. Throws to the far sideline, over the shoulder catch and a line drive throw caught by Morris. 35-yard line, races out of bounds. He's to the 33 and he picks up on the play 7.
And Kevin, we were talking in the last break. Again, I expected New England to pick up the pace, and we said that Brady is going to have to be very patient but almost flawless for the Patriots to get back in the game. So far, he looks like the old Brady.
2nd down and 3 from the 33. The handoff from the shotgun goes to Morris, runs outside the hash marks and over the right side, crossing the 30, crosses the 25, and he's down to the 24. He picks up 9, another first down.
And they're mixing in the run very well. It'd be something that I would have thought that they would use less, down 27-7 with 4:30 left in this football game, but they've used it to their advantage in this drive.
Brady 1st and 10 from the Baltimore 24, moving from our right to our left. He's in the shotgun. He's deployed his receivers. He gets the low snap. There's a line drive pass, far side, leaping two-handed catch, made above his helmet, far sideline Moss. Catches the ball at the 19. Picks up 5 in the play. He had to get every bit of his 6'6" frame up in the air to lasso that pass. Now it will be 2nd down and 5 at the 19-yard line. 27-7, Baltimore's on top. Late stages, 3rd quarter. 2nd and 5. Brady in the gun. Falk at his side. Blitz is on. There's a good block by the center Copeland, but the pocket crumbles, and down goes Brady. Dewan Edwards comes up the middle, pushes the pocket, throws him for a loss of 6. That's the third sack, and a penalty flag has been thrown on the play away from the line of scrimmage. It looks like it was on Baltimore.
Illegal contact, defense. Contact, penalty, automatic. First down.
Think of that. They go in a loss of 6 and a sack, and now they're going to have first down and 10.
Well, those are the breaks that the Patriots haven't gotten all day long, and they need to go their way right now. Again, Brady can't hold on to that football. I know there's pressure up the middle, get rid of the football, but they get a break there. The Ravens penalty makes it an automatic first down, and the drive continues.
At the 14 of Baltimore, Brady in the shotgun, 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right, 5 in the secondary, 3 down linemen. Brady's got Falk at his side, gets the high snap, looks to the right, guns a line drive pass, 2-handed catch made at the 10-yard line on the far sideline by Moss. He caught it, he was whacked across the way. Gets as far as the 10, picks up 4.
Well, again, as we mentioned, they're playing Moss off now. They've bumped and run, played bump and run most of the day with a safety over the top. Now they're playing in and out with off coverage, and Brady is content to go ahead and pick up 5 yards at a time, as Moss has gotten several catches on this one drive.
From the Baltimore 10, Brady in the shotgun, 2nd down and 6. To his left, he's flanked by Falk. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 across the way. The nickel secondary, the handoff to Falk. Runs over the right guard, breaks a tackle at the 10, runs outside the hash mark. He's down to the 5, breaks a tackle there. He's down to the 3. Falk wiggling his way for 7 yards. 1st and goal, New England.
Yeah, good job by the right tackle, the rookie out of Houston, Sebastian Vollmer, who has gotten a lot of playing time this year out of Dusseldorf, Germany. Can't say that much about tackles in the National Football League, but they pick up another first down.
1st and goal from the 4. Brady in the shotgun, flanking him to his right will be Falk. 4 in the secondary, 4 down linemen for Baltimore. Brady looks over it all. 2 receivers on the near side, gets the snap, hands off to Falk, runs over the middle, follows the blocking of his center. He's down to the 1. Running right between the hash marks, gaining 3 to the 1.
Well, again, this shows you a very patient New England Patriots offense and a very patient Tom Brady. They've worked the run in on this drive as the clock ticks down to about 2:10 left in the 3rd quarter, and a touchdown, which seems imminent right now, would make this a 2-touchdown football game. Certainly they would be in it, Kevin, at that point, with still another quarter to play.
2nd and goal at the 1. Brady will be backpedaling in the shotgun. Flanking him to his left will be Falk. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 4 down linemen. Brady hunched over, gets the belt high snap. There's a line drive pass into the end zone. Caught by Edelman, his 2nd today. On the near side, outside the numbers, 2 yards deep in the end zone. Edelman with his 2nd. Short range, touchdown reception, a 1-yard touchdown strike. And it is 27-13 with the extra point waiting, with the 1:47 to play here in the 3rd.
Well, again, now they're right back in this football game as they run a simple slant with Aiken. And Edelman in the slot runs the flat. That time, Chris Carr, the corner, falls down on the jam. Nobody there to cover Edelman. A very easy completion for Tom Brady. This extra point will get them within 2 touchdowns.
And Gostkowski is on the field right now. To our left. Holding will be Hansen. Good snap. Ball put down. He swings his right leg through, and he puts it up and down. 27-14. New England within striking range now. We're late in the 3rd quarter with that touchdown. Remax makes another donation to the Children's Miracle Network. Remax, no one sells more real estate than Remax. All right, 27-14 Baltimore. We got ourselves a game with the entire 4th quarter to go. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
Everyone has questions about preparing their taxes, especially this one. What's this going to run me? Well, now at H&R Block, you can get a straightforward price for a straightforward return. Pay just $39 to file a federal 1040 easy tax return and $29 if you need to file a state. And if your taxes are more complex, we can handle that too. Learn more at hrblock.com/1040easy. Click, call, or come over. Get it right. H&R Block. Taxpayer must meet IRS criteria to use Form 1040 Easy. Price is available at participating locations.
At Intuit, we believe that employees are awesome. They help you grow your business. They can do things you don't have time to do. So Intuit Payroll makes it as easy as possible to pay them. You just enter your employee hours. Intuit Payroll does all the calculations to create your paychecks and helps you pay your taxes. There's even live help if you need it. And since you're not hiring a fancy pants service to run your payroll, maybe you can add another employee. Get a 30-day free trial of Intuit Online Payroll at Intuit.com. That's Intuit.com.
It's Danica Patrick, IndyCar Series driver. Over the years, I've driven a lot of different cars, but two things never change. No one demands more from their car than me, and nothing protects under the hood better than Peak.
Peak Long Life Antifreeze is formulated with advanced organic technology to protect any engine of any make, any model, anytime. If you can drive it, Peak can protect it.
And when I drive it, it better perform.
Peak Long Life Antifreeze in the blue bottle.
When you peak, you win.
Always maintain cooling system as specified vehicle owner's manual, including top walls.
I'm Brett Favre. For unbeatable comfort and value, you can count on Wrangler. Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. Built comfortable, priced right at a Walmart near you.
Tom Brady has thrown 2 touchdowns. He's been picked off 3 times. And Baltimore just saw Brady throw a 1-yard touchdown pass. They're going to get the ball, 27-14. Baltimore is on top of New England. This kickoff coming from our right to our left. It'll come into the wind. Line drive, soccer-style kick, caught on a knee. And it was grabbed by Zbikowski at the 20. He breaks the tackle at the 30. He runs outside the numbers, the 40. He gets a block at the 45. He runs down the near side to the 47-yard line of the Baltimore Ravens. Mark Malone, a 31-yard return.
What a heads-up play by Zbikowski. The ball line drive. Oftentimes in the NFL, you'll see somebody mishandle that ball. It'll bounce around. Somebody will dive on it, and they'll go ahead and take the ball at about the 15 or 20-yard line. Zbikowski comes up, grabs it on a knee like a shortstop in the hole, and then goes ahead and breaks 2 tackles to bring the ball out near midfield, and the Ravens have great field position.
Ravens in their white jerseys, black pants, black and purple trim, black helmets moving from our left to our right. There's an offset eye. Flacco is under center. Rice in the backfield. 1st and 10. Handoff. Rice runs over the left tackle. Outside the hash mark. Crossing the 50. Bangs into a body at the 49. Pulls that body to the 48 and picks up 5. Running over the left side. Once again downstairs to Steve Tasker.
Well, early in the second half, Joe Flacco throwing the ball down the middle. Sean Springs on the defensive side for the Patriots went down hard, had a hard time getting up, and now we're told he will not return to the game. He's got a head injury, so Sean Springs will not return to the secondary for the Patriots.
And in his place, they're going to put Darius Butler with Lee Bodden on the near side as a corner. Rice is in the backfield. 2 receivers sent out, 2 tight ends. Flacco at the 47 of New England. 2nd down and 5. Gets the snap. Hands off to Rice. Runs over the right side between the hash mark. Running over his right guard. Crossing the 45. Diving to the Patriot 44. Mark picks up 4 on the play.
Well, just a reminder here, Kevin, don't miss music's biggest night, the 52nd Annual Grammy Awards. That's Sunday, January 31st at 8 o'clock Eastern Time and Pacific, only on CBS.
Big defensive play. Massive personnel changes now for the Patriots. Lining up at the Patriot 44. Flacco will be under center. 3rd down and 2. 3 receivers. 5 in the secondary for New England. Back to pass. Flacco. Short drop. Quick line drive throw. Diving attempt made inside the numbers on a slant. For the first time, it's Derek Mason. He's got the 1st down. He beat the rookie corner. Diving to the 36-yard line. That's a Baltimore 1st down.
Well, Darius Butler, as you mentioned, the guy they pick on as Mason goes inside. Nice throw, nice execution by the Ravens.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. This should be a whale of a 4th quarter in the playoffs in Foxborough. Baltimore on top, 27-14. That's the end of the 3rd. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
Bear Grylls is an adventurer. He's not some host in a sport coat. He's the real deal. Scrambling, scrapping, neck deep. Just look at him. He's a kid in a dirt-covered candy store. Where's he going? Doesn't matter. Somewhere on the map between danger and fun. Bear doesn't show you how to stay alive. He shows you how to be alive. And that's why we love him. Man vs. Wild. New adventures begin Wednesday at 9. Only on Discovery.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here with a little tailgating quiz for you. What's more fun, tailgating with your friends and enjoying a delicious Ritz cracker with a slice of cheddar and ham on top, or getting sacked by a 350-pound side of beef? Exactly! Tailgating with Ritz. So grab a Ritz cracker and join the fun. For tips to create your ultimate Ritz tailgating party, go to facebook.com/Ritz Crackers to download the perfect tailgating recipes, music, and so much more.
Hey, NFL fans, looking for a way to buy or sell tickets for the NFL playoffs or Super Bowl 44 in South Florida? Then go to the NFL Ticket Exchange by Ticketmaster, the official ticket exchange of the NFL. Buy or post tickets for sale at NFL.com/ticket exchange, and we handle the rest. We make sure buyers get their tickets and sellers get paid, guaranteed. Go with the only NFL authorized ticket resale marketplace. Go to NFL.com/ticket exchange.
Let's check the game stats brought to you by Intuit Small Business. Baltimore's got 20 points off 4 Patriot turnovers. The game stats brought to you by Intuit Small Business. Here's a great stat. Did you know that Intuit websites have over 2,000 customizable templates so you can build the perfect website for your small business? That's Intuit.com, INTUIT.com. We start the fourth quarter. It's first down and 10 for the Baltimore Ravens, now moving into the wind from our right to our left. Under center is the quarterback, Flacco. In the backfield, he's got McGahee. He sends his wide receiver in motion. Handoff McGahee, runs over the center, right between the hash marks, crosses the 35, puts his head down, and grinds out 3 to the 33 of New England.
Well, if there was any secret before as to what the Ravens want to do, it's out of the bag now. They've gone with 6 offensive linemen. That time, number 65, Chris Chester, the fourth-year player out of Oklahoma, lined up on the right side as an extra tight end. They're just going to line up and find out whether or not this Patriots defense can do anything to stop them. 36 runs so far, 8 passes for the Ravens.
27-17. They get 27-14. Baltimore is on top of New England. Second down and 7. Back to pass is Flacco. Line drive pass down the middle. Leaping attempt made inside the numbers, incomplete. They were going for Mark Clayton. The coverage by Bodden. It was inside the 15-yard line, just outside the hash marks. That ball whistles over his head as he threw into the wind.
Well, Kevin, I'm going to tell you something. When it's in the low 20s and you've only been asked to throw the ball 6 times a game, it's hard to throw that skinny post. Flacco had exactly what he wanted. The safety cheating to the far sideline had Mason one-on-one with the skinny post and had him open. But as you mentioned, just overthrew his wide receiver.
So it's third down and 7. Flacco will be under center from the 33-yard line of New England. Rice in the backfield, 5 in the secondary. Flacco drops back, cocks his arm, throws a arching spiral pass far side. Leaping two-handed catch made. Far sideline, 15-yard line. It was made by Clayton. 17-yard pickup on 3rd and 7. Mark him at the 15 with that leaping two-handed grab, and they'll move the chain.
Well, Lee Bodden, the corner for the Patriots, was right where he wanted to be to make the play and could not make it. And ironic, isn't it, that Mark Clayton, the guy who dropped that 4th down pass in week 4 that have kept the Ravens drive alive and would have set them up inside the 5-yard line for a score to win that football game. He comes back and redeems himself with a big catch there.
Great point. 16-yard line of New England. Flacco under center. 1st and 10. Handoff to Rice. Runs over the right guard. He's outside the hash mark. Crossing the 15. Runs over the left side down to the 14-yard line and picks up 3 on the play.
Well, again, and you know, they're going to have to do something. When I say do something, Kevin, they're going to have to walk safeties down into the A gap. They're going to have to blitz and show blitz, and they're going to have to tackle people in the backfield and disrupt what they're doing in the run game and force Flacco to have to throw the football. If they can't get that done, it doesn't matter. Tom Brady will not have enough time to try to do what he needs to do offensively.
Working into the wind and moving from right to left with the running back, Rice, and a fullback, LaRon McClain, in the offset eye. Flacco under center, 2nd and 7. Handoff to Rice over the left tackle outside the hash mark. Crosses the 15. He's inside the numbers to the 13-yard line. Picks up about a yard, and that's about all.
Well, now they faced 3rd down in this particular drive twice. They hit Mason for an 8-yard play and, of course, hit Clayton for the 17-yard gain as well. So now it's back on Flacco's shoulders, as that Patriots defense has done a pretty good job. They've made it 3rd and 7 now, not 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3, but 3rd and 7, a chance to get after the quarterback and create some pressure.
The Patriots will have 6 defensive backs. Flacco walks to the line of scrimmage. He'll be under his Pro Bowl center, and now he backpedals, and now a timeout has been taken on this 3rd and 7.
Timeout, New England.
It's a big one, a big play coming up with 12:14 to play. We're in the 4th. Baltimore leads New England 27-14. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Tom Wheeler,
President and CEO of the Cellular Telecommunications and Internet Association, on behalf of the wireless phone industry.
When driving a car, we all deal with distractions. Your wireless phone shouldn't be one of them. A wireless phone can be a great safety tool. It's up to you to use it safely. Ask yourself, is this call necessary? And will this call distract me from my first responsibility to drive safely? If you do use your phone, follow some basic do's and don'ts. Never take notes or look up phone numbers while driving. Never use your phone in heavy traffic or hazardous conditions. Tell the person that you're talking with that you're driving and keep your calls short. Use a hands-free device and speed dial to place calls. Remember, state laws prohibit distracted driving.
Don't think a penny buys much? Depends on how much you value safety. One way to check tire safety is by placing a penny upside down in the tread. If you can see the top of Lincoln's head, you need to replace your tires. We can help you travel more safely with a 5-minute monthly tire check. To learn more, visit our website at www.nhtsa.gov. Tire safety. Everything rides on it.
This February, the brightest stars in winter sports compete for Olympic gold. The Vancouver Olympic Winter Games live this February on the networks of NBC. You can start them right here. It's cold enough, Kevin.
Yeah, they could. 27-14, Baltimore is on top. Early fourth quarter, 3rd and 7 after that Patriot timeout. They've held the ball for 4.5 minutes. Flacco's in the shotgun, 5 in the secondary. From the Patriot 13, the bell tie snap. He gets a block from Rice. The pocket crumbles. He's racing out of the pocket. He's outside the numbers, the 20. Down the near side, 15-10. He runs to the sideline, knocked out of bounds, shy of the first down by a yard. Out of bounds, the scrambling Flacco to the 7-yard line, shy by a yard. It'll be 4th down and about 1. They're going to go for 3, so the Patriots hold him out of the end zone.
Well, that's a huge play, as Flacco, as we mentioned, is playing with a bruised hip and was limited in practice this week. Scrambles to the near sideline, tries to get to the first down, but just can't make it. They will hold the Ravens to a field goal attempt here, but that doesn't hurt them. Assuming that Baltimore makes this field goal here, it's still a 2-possession football game, as the Ravens would lead 30-14.
The officials have taken a timeout because I think this play may be challenged by John Harbaugh on the spot. But let's see here, because the officials have run to the near sideline to talk with Harbaugh. To challenge the spot, perhaps? Let's see.
Baltimore is challenging the spot on the field as it relates to a first down.
All right, so they're going to take a look at that. We've got 12:05 to play here in the 4th. 27-14, Baltimore leading New England. At one time, Baltimore was up 24-0. We take a break during this challenge. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
Hi, I'm Sam Fauser from Domino's Pizza, and you're about to hear real audio from a pizza focus group.
Domino's crust is like cardboard.
If you're wondering why we play such a comment, it's because it inspired us to redesign our pizza. With a garlic seasoned hand-tossed crust, a more flavorful mozzarella cheese, and new robust sauce. We think it's our best ever.
Hey man, what's new pizza? Seriously good.
Try Domino's inspired new pizza. Get 2 mediums with 2 toppings for just $5.99 each. Satisfaction guaranteed. Did we listen to our critics to make our best pizza ever? Oh yes, we did.
Must purchase at least 2 pizzas. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
These days, everyone has an opinion. It's so hard to get 2 people to agree on anything that when you find 1 million people who agree, it's kind of surprising. Well, 1 million small business owners have agreed to trust their payroll to Intuit Payroll. 1 million. That's more than any other payroll provider. They make it so easy to create your paychecks. You just type in the hours and Intuit Payroll does the rest. So go ahead. You've got a million reasons to give them a shot. Get a 30-day free trial of Intuit Online Payroll at Intuit.com. That's Intuit.com.
Back with Super Bowl champ Hair Palomalo.
It's Troy.
Right, Troy. Talk about the Steelers' 3-4 hair fence.
Well, obviously what you want to know is that I use Head & Shoulders. It's for more than just dandruff.
No, Troy. The Hair 4 defense?
Al, listen. Head & Shoulders does 7 great things for my scalp and hair.
I'm not asking about your hair, Troy.
Al.
Yes, hair? Oh. You're right. I am.
Head & Shoulders. 7 benefits in 1 bottle. Respect the scalp, get the hair. Official shampoo of the NFL.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. For many years, I couldn't join the fun outside the stadium, but now I just love tailgating with Ritz Crackers. To find great tailgating ideas, tips, and music, go to facebook.com/Ritz Crackers.
This close shave instant replay review is brought to you by Barbasol Thick and Rich Shaving Cream, America's leader for a close shave. The Baltimore Ravens have thrown the challenge flag to see if Flacco on the run on a third down play was able to scramble for a first down, so the spot of the ball is being reviewed. Clock at 12:05 here in the fourth. Baltimore is on top 27-14.
Well, I've had a chance to look at a couple of these replays, and it's difficult. The cart cam isn't right down the line, so you kind of have to interpolate what's going on. Probably the best angle here is the angle from up above, Kevin, as Flacco is running out of bounds. He's short of the marker, but he stretches his hand out over the marker. Now, in terms of how the officials might interpolate that, we'll wait and see. Right now, they're on the headsets, clearly in conversation with the booth upstairs, which tells me they might want to spot exactly where this football ended up. This might be a first down for the Ravens, and how much time is left on the clock at that point in time.
Ravens have scored 20 points off of 4 turnovers by the Patriots today, one time leading 24-0. The first play of the game, the very first snap of the game, Ray Rice of Baltimore raced 83 yards on a handoff up the middle between the hash marks, veered to the sideline, and galloped for the touchdown. Then Brady, on the subsequent New England possession, was back to throw, and his arm was cocked, and the ball was knocked away by Suggs. Baltimore went in again for a touchdown of a yard from McClain. They built that lead to 24-0. Brady has thrown 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions today. Looks like Steratore has made the decision across the way after looking at the replays. Gene Steratore is our referee. So you're saying it is a first or no?
I'm saying
come on.
No. I'm going to say no. Fourth down. Let's kick the field goal.
After review, it has been determined that as the runner crossed the sideline out of bounds, the ball was at the 6-yard line. We will place the ball at the 6-yard line, and then we will measure to determine whether Baltimore has had a successful challenge or not.
Interesting.
Well, extremely interesting. I've never seen this before, where all of a sudden you make a determination where the ball is from a high camera, and then we're going to mark it, and then we're going to go and measure it. Now, how do you exactly know where that is at the 6-yard line versus 5 or 6 inches? That could determine the difference here between a first down and a fourth down. I think it's a very interesting call, Kevin.
Well, they'll do that on the near side, and that is where the sticks are, so they won't have to take the... Well, now they're going to bring the chains to the near sideline and measure. The marker of the chain will be at the 15. So that's where they get their spot. And he got the first down. They get the first down by the length of a chain.
Well,
holy smokes.
Well, again, it's to a great extent an arbitrary mark. From the above camera, you're saying his hand was at the 6-yard line when he went out of bounds. So, okay, well, where at? I mean, is it the 6 plus 2 inches, minus 2 inches? Interesting call.
So Baltimore, of course, does not lose the timeout because they win the challenge. So Baltimore has 3 timeouts. The Patriots have 2.
They will not be charged with the timeout. It will be first and goal, Baltimore.
First and goal at the 6. 10th play coming up. That is a huge, huge challenge.
Well, it was. And hats off to John Harbaugh to make that challenge. He's got the red flag in his pocket. Had they held him to the field goal, we mentioned it would only be a 2-possession football game. Now the Ravens have a chance here with a fresh set of downs to punch this thing in from the 6-yard line and make this game very, very difficult for the Patriots to come back and win.
Lining up with 3 tight ends. Flacco will be under center. Offset eye, McGahee in the backfield. On first and goal, the handoff to McGahee. Runs over the right guard. Runs along the hash mark. He's to the 5, and he picks up maybe 2 as they'll spot him at the 4-yard line. He was hit so hard his mouth guard came shooting out. That's how hard that Patriot hit was on Willis McGahee.
Isn't it ironic, Kevin, that over the years the Ravens have complained about the officiating when playing the Patriots? They had the roughing the passer calls against Tom Brady back in week 4, and all of a sudden they get I'll say a gratuitous call, if you will, by the officials in a challenge here, and this might put them over the top.
5 down linemen for New England. Second and goal at the 4. Handoff goes to McGahee. Runs over the right guard, right between the hash mark. Crosses the 5, and he is down to the 2, picking up a yard.
Well, again, we mentioned it earlier in this football game. You're going to see a lot of Willis McGahee down here inside the 10-yard line. This is a time when they usually take Ray Rice out of the football game. and put in McGahee, who tied a franchise record this year with 14 touchdowns. He's the guy they like to give it to when you're looking to put it in the end zone.
27-14, Baltimore is on top. Fourth quarter clock continues to tick now at 2:42. Third and goal at the 3. Haloti Ngata is in the game. One running back, and that is McGahee. Flacco's under center. Hands off to McGahee. Runs over the left tackle. Got a block, and he's in. On his feet. Never fell down. Touchdown. Great block by Yanda. Great block by Haloti Ngata, the defensive lineman. They usher the way. They open the door. It's a touchdown run of 3. And Baltimore extends their lead 33-14.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. The Ravens were not fooling around. You mentioned Ngata lined up over there. They put in Chris Chester, the other offensive lineman, and then they put the 260-pound fullback, LeRon McClain, over there to run the football, and then pulled the right guard, Yanda, and he's a big boy as well, 315 pounds. There's a lot of beef over there, and great play design and well executed by the Ravens.
So McGahee goes in from 3 yards away. We're just talking about the great blocking, and speaking of great blocks, it's tax season, so visit H&R Block for all your tax questions. Click, call, or come over to H&R Block. Get it right. They're going to go for 2 as the New England Patriots were lining up, and then Adalys Thomas came streaming over the line of scrimmage. Belts Derek Mason, really drilled him. Mason went down hard like a rag doll, and they've thrown the flag, and it may be on Adalys Thomas.
Well, we'll see what he says. That looked like one of those FIFA penalties, though. When a guy brushes up against you, they go down holding your legs, you know, in World Cup soccer.
Yep.
By the way, Baltimore 4 for 4 on third down opportunities in this drive.
Offside. Defense. The closest to contact on the 96. The penalty will have the distance to the goal. Will now attempt to try from the 1.
As they go for 2. Steve, what do you have downstairs?
Well, the Patriots got caught with the wrong personnel. They were trying to make a mass substitution because they got caught when the Ravens went for 2. They had the wrong people on. As they switched, they were going to get caught short-handed or offsides anyway. So Adalys Thomas just reached out and made the hit so that they could take the penalty without giving up the 2 points.
The offensive lineman, Chester, now becomes the extra guy on the near side, off-balanced line. In the backfield, McGahee, the handoff to McGahee as they go for 2, and he crawls. Did he get in? I thought he had made the necessary. He did not get in there. He ran over the left side. And a big-time hit by Merriweather, among others. Coming up from the secondary, Gerard Mayo, and they do not get the 2 points on the conversion. Timeout, 10:32 to play. Baltimore leads New England 33-14. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood One.
Standing next to me is power sports fanatic Larry. He has a passion for motorcycles, boats, and RVs. His second passion is saving money, so he reuses everything, including food.
You make it sound gross.
He uses fast food grease to power his car.
Everything smells like fries.
And reuses toothpaste.
It's not good if you're squeamish.
But you don't have to be like Larry, because Geico makes it easy by helping you save on power sports insurance. To see how much you could save, visit geico.com or call 1-800-442-9253.
Following the most watched Olympic Games in U.S. history. This February, the world will gather in the spectacular city of Vancouver as the brightest stars in winter sports compete for country in pursuit of Olympic gold.
What a performance! There's your world champion, winter Olympic gold medalist Shaun White. And it is gold for
The Vancouver Olympic Winter Games, live this February on the networks of NBC.
Ode to the Subway Turkey Melt. Quit talking turkey and get busy tasting it. Lean, juicy turkey smothered in melted cheese on freshly baked bread. All fresh toasted and stacked with mouth-watering veggies. Surprisingly, 7 grams of fat even with cheese. Part of a Subway Fresh Fit meal, a simple way to enjoy eating better. And by simple, we mean fantastically, mind-numbingly delicious. Gobble, gobble one up today. Subway. Eat fresh.
Subway Fresh Fit is not a diet program. Fat content refers to regular 6-inch subs, not down 9-grain wheat bread compared to standard formula.
Food for thought from Farmers. Farmers Insurance was founded in 1928, a year before the crash. Back then, when others paid claims with IOUs, we paid cash. For over 80 years now, we've followed a conservative investment approach. We don't invest in junk bonds or financial derivatives. We are Farmers Insurance, and we are over 15,000 agents strong. To find an agent near you, visit farmers.com today for auto, home, small business, and life insurance. And be ready for tomorrow.
On Sunday, January 31st, kick off Super Bowl week with the 2010 Pro Bowl, presented by McDonald's. See the NFL's greatest stars at the 2010 Pro Bowl live on ESPN. Now back to Westwood One's coverage of the NFL playoffs.
Welcome back to the Subway Fresh broadcast booth, Gillette Stadium. Frigid Foxborough, along with Mark Malone and Steve Tasker, Kevin Harlan. Start the year right with a surprisingly low-fat Subway Club, part of a Subway Fresh Fit Meal, Subway Eat Fresh. Well, the challenge flag has been thrown again by Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh. He thought McGahee had crossed the line on the two-point conversion run over the left side. You thought maybe he did too. We're going to see in just a second what the officials think on the replay.
Yeah, I'm looking at this replay right down the cart camera, right at the end zone. It looks to me like McGahee has the ball and he crossed the plane. The difficult part about it is that you really don't see the football because the tackler's back is between the camera and the football itself. If I had to interpolate it, I would say touchdown. But again, we're looking for irrefutable evidence from this video review. So it'll be interesting to see what the official says. And I will tell you this, Cam Cameron, the offensive coordinator, was irate that they didn't get the touchdown call there and had to be held back by head coach John Harbaugh and some of his players.
They're still looking at it across the way. I don't know if Baltimore, with the way that defense plays, is going to give New England any breathing space here in the final 10.5 minutes, whether this two-point counts or not.
I agree with you. You're going to have to open it up and really get after it and play almost perfect football from here on out if you're the New England Patriots.
After we broke up the commercial, Baltimore had challenged the ruling on the field on the try. The ruling on the field was an unsuccessful try. After review, the ruling on the field stands. It is unsuccessful. Baltimore will be charged with this first time out. Baltimore is also out of challenges for the remainder of the regulation of the game.
Well, again, I think it's a good challenge by John Harbaugh. And again, what I saw on camera here, Kevin, I would have said, boy, that ball's got to be in given where Willis McGahee is covering the ball. However, you don't see it because the tackler is in the way. And again, it has to be irrefutable evidence. I mean, they have to see that football cross the line. They weren't able to see it cross the line, so they uphold the call that was made on the field.
So 10:32 remains in the fourth quarter. Baltimore leads New England 33-14. 4 New England turnovers. 3 Brady interceptions. Ray Rice has had 2 rushing touchdowns. 4 rushing touchdowns altogether for Baltimore today. 1 by McClain moments ago, 1 by Willis McGahee to make it 33-14 the Ravens.
Well, in fact, the Patriots have given up 200 rush yards so far, which is a season high. Let's remember they were 13th in rushing defense, averaging or allowing only about 110 yards per game. So, I mean, again, it's a series of events that we would have never imagined before this game started that the New England Patriots would have taken us through today.
Baltimore is going to kick off from our right to our left, and it will go into the wind, and here is the boot. It's a chip shot far side. Under it, Slater at the 23-yard line, runs to the 25. On the numbers, the 30, up the middle, the 35, crosses the 40. He's outside the hash mark to the 43. 21-yard return on the short kickoff, and done on purpose, and the clock at 10:26, and here comes Brady in the New England offense.
And just a reminder to stay tuned for part 2 of our wild card playoff doubleheader on many of these same Westwood One stations. As soon as this one ends, it'll be the Green Bay Packers at the Arizona Cardinals. Marv Albert, James Lofton, and Tony Pacelli are standing by in Glendale, Arizona.
Here is Brady in the shotgun from his 43, gets the snap, 1st and 10, pocket crumbles, he has to scramble out, he runs to the far side, now he cocks his arm and throws on the run. It's caught by Falk, far sideline in front of his own bench at the 49-yard line, and the catch good for 7 yards, clock at 10:20.
Well, and again, you're trailing now here 33-14, 10:20 left in this football game. You've got to take some chances, and you've got to push the football down the field. You should expect some more soft zone from the Ravens, but you still cannot afford to turn the football over here, especially given the fact that you've already thrown 3 interceptions on the day.
5 in the secondary for the Baltimore Ravens. Sammy Morris is at the side of Brady in the shotgun, 2nd and 3 from the 50. Belt high snap to Brady, cocks his arm, throws a short pass, it's caught. Morris outside the hash mark at the 45, runs to the 42, diving for the first down, moved the chains, 42-yard line of Baltimore.
And continue to push the tempo. Tom needs to get him up on the line of scrimmage. Not only run the play quickly to conserve time, but really push that Ravens defense.
3 on the defensive line for Baltimore, 5 in the secondary. Brady in the shotgun, moving from left to right. Got the snap. Looks, throws another short pass. Diving, two-handed catch made. Inside the numbers, near side. Caught by the tight end, Benjamin Watson. Picks up 3 to the 39-yard line.
Well, again, they bring 5 rushers that time. That means single coverage. Kind of surprised that Tom worked the ball underneath when you have a chance to throw it downfield. Wasn't really pressured that time by the Baltimore defense.
Brady with the running back at his side. He's got 4 receivers. 2nd down 7 from the Baltimore 39. Shotgun snap. Knee high. Throws a pass. Far side. Incomplete. He threw it outside the numbers. He was looking for his running back, Morris. It was off his fingertips. It ricochets incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Again, single coverage with 5 guys rushing. That time, the rookie right tackle, Sebastian Vollmer, up against Terrell Suggs and got a little bit of pressure on Tom Brady. But you've got to take advantage of this single coverage and move the football down the field.
39-yard line of Baltimore, 3rd down and 7. Falk is back in, 4 receivers, 5 defensive backs. Brady in the shotgun, right foot ahead of his left, knee-high snap, pulls it up, sets, looks, throws a line drive pass, leaping two-hand catch. Aiken made, then he came down, lost the ball, bounces off this turf on a 15-degree wind chill day. He is face down, incomplete pass, drops the ball at the 37. Boy, he bounced off the turf like he was a ball. I mean, he just went face down as he leapt high, trapped the pass against his chest, but could not hang on.
Well, Kevin, I think he is out on his feet. No movement at all. And we saw earlier Sean Springs, the cornerback for the Patriots, left the game after hitting his head, so we know that field is hard.
9 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. New England on the move, but trailing. Baltimore 33, New England 14. We'll take a break. You're listening to the NFL playoffs on Westwood 1.
Touchdown.
Honey, you're cheering for the wrong team.
I'm cheering for the kids. Every touchdown means a donation from RE/MAX to Children's Miracle Network.
Yeah, but
that money goes to local children's hospitals. I don't want our team to lose. I just want everybody to score more touchdowns for the kids.
Children's Miracle Network is something we can all cheer about. Over the years, RE/MAX agents have donated nearly $100 million to help the kids. Please join RE/MAX in supporting Children's Miracle Network for the kids. Each RE/MAX office independently owned and operated.
Who will take home the Grammy for Best Metal Performance? Find out Sunday, January 31st on CBS. Nominees are Judas Priest, Lamb of God, Megadeth, Ministry, and Slayer. For the latest information on the show, follow the Grammys on Twitter and Facebook. It's music's biggest night, featuring performances by the Black Eyed Peas, the Dave Matthews Band, and Green Day. The 52nd Annual Grammy Awards. Sunday, January 31st on CBS.
I'm Jim Cook, brewer and founder of Samuel Adams, here to bust a beer myth. A lot of people think head on a beer is a bad thing. Not true. A rich, creamy head is one mark of a great beer. And the head on a Samuel Adams Boston Lager is so thick, you can float a bottle cap on it. That rich foam makes it taste like the first draw off a fresh keg. Ah, delicious. Samuel Adams. Boston Beer Company, Boston, Mass.
I'm heading out to pick up some office supplies.
Oh, I'd go to Staples.
Yeah, how are their prices on paper?
Low.
How about printers?
Low.
Laptops?
Low.
Binder clips?
Low.
Legal pads?
Low.
Pens?
Low.
Ballpoint pens?
Low. Look, Staples has low prices every day on over 7,000 items.
Felt tip pens?
I give up.
Save the easy way every day at Staples. And right now, save even more with buy one, get one free after easy rebate on a case of Hammermill Copy Plus paper. Staples. That was easy. In-store only offerings 1/16/10. Limit 2 rebates per household. See store for details.
Sam Aiken was the receiver for the New England Patriots, who was belted, and then as he leapt for the ball, came down with no way to cushion his fall because his hands were around his chest. He bounced off this hard surface like it was a football, but he does walk groggily off the field under his own power.
Yeah.
And 4th and 7 now for the Patriots at the Baltimore 30. They need the 32. They're at the 39.
Well, that is a hard field, and the first thing to hit that ground was his helmet. And as our statistician just told me, Sam is aching right now.
He is indeed. It's 4th down and 7. Brady gets the shotgun snap, throws outside Edelman, leaping two-hand catch at the 40, down the sideline, stops at the 38, breaks a tackle, chances to the 35, continues to dig. He breaks a tackle. He's down to the 32, diving close to a first down with a flag thrown across the way. I think it was a hold, and it was on New England. The penalty flag will go against the Patriots.
Well, everything else has gone against the Patriots today. Why not this penalty, huh, Kevin?
Well, it has been one of those days.
Back, offense, number 18, 10-yard penalty, replay fourth down.
Number 18 is Matt Slater. He is the guy taking the place of the injured Aiken. Yeah, and Slater's a rookie.
Yeah, and again, is there any question how or what football means to Julian Edelman? Oh. You watch that kid run. I mean, you talk about a heart the size of this stadium. He is going to have a bright, bright future in the National Football League.
Let's see what Brady dials up here on 4th and 17. They need the Baltimore 32. They're pushed all the way back to the Baltimore 49, moving from our left to our right. They got the wind at the back of Brady. Brady's in the shotgun formation. 6 in the secondary for the Baltimore Ravens. Brady with his head swiveling back and forth, studies the defense, bends over, gets the belt high snap, cocks his arm, looks, winds up, there's a long pass. It's a leaping two-handed grab by Edelman at the 30, backpedaling to the 28, spins around to the 25, runs out of bounds across the way at the 24. They needed 17, they got 25. Wes Welker's replacement, Edelman, with a great leaping two-handed backpedaling catch, has the first down at the 25-yard line. They're still alive. Brady in the shotgun. 1st and 10. We've got 8 to play. The clock ticking here in the 4th. Flanked by running backs. Brady back to pass. Cocks his arm. Throws a wobbly pass near side. Almost intercepted. Inside the 5. Almost picked off by Landry on the near sideline. Going for Slater. 2nd down and 10.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm watching Randy Moss right now. The guy that can change the course of a football game. He is so frustrated. They have taken him essentially out of this football game to the point where Tom Brady isn't even looking his way as Moss continues to saunter back to the line just before the snap.
2nd down and 10. Shotgun snap to Brady. Handoff goes to Falk, who tries to cut outside the left tackle. He's at the numbers, and he was knocked down, losing a yard. He's back to the 27-yard line. Big hit by Foxworth, the cornerback.
And I think one of the things the New England Patriots are going to have to do this offseason is evaluate how to get the football to a guy like Randy Moss when they're going to double cover him every down. That means, you know, changing the formation, motion, bunch formations, things of that nature, because they have struggled without him in the football game today.
From the Baltimore 26, here's Brady throwing a line drive pass down the middle on 3rd and 11. It's incomplete. Right at the hash mark, they were going for the double team. Benjamin Watson right down the middle of the field on that 3rd and 11. It's incomplete at the 2-yard line.
And another tremendous play by DeJuan Landry. We have talked so much about him today and called his number. Ray Lewis gets deep enough to force Tom Brady to put an arc on that ball. That allows enough time for DeJuan Landry to close. Very close, as he got there at the same time the ball did. And Benjamin Watson was asking for a flag, but the officials aren't going to give him the call.
Patriots are going to go for 3 with 7:24 to play in the 4th and trailing 33-14. Wind at the back of Gostkowski. 44-yard try. The hold by Hansen. It's high. Ball put down. Soccer style. Right-footed kick is up and no good. Wide right. Had the distance. The ball is pushed right with the wind at his back. He can't put it in from 44 yards away. The Baltimore defense holds. They'll go the other way with 7:19 to play.
Kind of a shocking event, but it's the way things have gone for New England. Gostkowski, an 85% field goal kicker over his career. By the way, that's #1 in Patriots history. Not, you know, remember there was a guy by the name of Adam Vinatieri that kicked here? Yes. That's how good Gostkowski has been. That one doesn't go through. The hearts of the Patriots fans have been broken as they move to the exits now and start filing out of this stadium.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Ravens, moving from right to left. White jerseys, black pants from the 34-yard line. They'll be moving into the wind. 2 timeouts remaining for each team. McLean is in the backfield. Flacco with a couple of tight ends under center. 1st and 10. Hand off to McLean. He's going to the Pro Bowl. He runs over the left guard. He's still inside the hash mark. He runs to the 35. Markey picks up a single yard.
Well, again, you know, to get out of this football game with a win on the road against New England and relatively healthy. I mean, you think about it. We've seen a couple of these New England Patriots players helped off the field. Sean Springs, certainly Sam Aiken. But it looks to me like the Ravens are going to get out of here relatively healthy. And, of course, not a lot of wear and tear on Joe Flacco, who came in with that bad hip. They could be in pretty good shape as they look to the divisional weekend.
McGahee has now come in with McLean. They will be in the eye with 2 tight ends. Flacco's under center. 2nd down and 9. Handoff. McGahee runs over the center between the hash marks. Breaks the tackle at the 36. Goes by the 40. Breaks the tackle at the 45. Runs between the hash marks to the 47-yard line. And picks up 12. They could not bring down Willis McGahee. The running attack for Baltimore picking up some steam. It'll be a 1st down at the 47. A reminder, the copyright of today's broadcast of the NFL playoffs on Westwood One is owned by the NFL on behalf of its member clubs. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, re-recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written permission of Westwood One and the NFL strictly prohibited. 1st down and 10 at the 47 in their own zone. Under center is Flacco. Handoff goes over the right guard. In the backpedaling McGahee goes into a wall, picks up a yard as he goes to the 48.
You know, I've got to give a lot of credit, too, to Willis McGahee. Here's a guy that really believes he should be the starting running back for this football team and probably could start for many teams around the National Football League. Ray Rice came in this year, over 1,300 yards rushing, led the team with 78 receptions and over 700 yards in that category. So all McGahee did was keep his mouth shut and run the football into the end zone, tying a franchise high 14 touchdowns on the season. He has been the consummate team player this year, Kevin.
2nd down and 9 at the 48-yard line of Baltimore. Raven quarterback Flacco is under center. Sends his tight end heap in motion. There's an I formation. It goes to the dancing McGahee, who is trying to pick and poke his way for a gain. Only can find 2. Running over his left guard. He gets to midfield where he's brought down. The clock continues to tick. Mark, we're at 4:55 and ticking. Baltimore's on top, 33-14.
And just think about this, Kevin. Obviously, they've done it with the running game. They did it with the defense and turnovers. Joe Flacco really hasn't thrown the football hardly at all today. I mean, Todd Heap, who leads this franchise in all-time receptions, hasn't caught a ball. He's 4 of 10, Joe Flacco is, on the day, and yet they have managed to put 33 points on the scoreboard.
Ray Rice is in the game. He's got 2 touchdown runs today, including on the first snap of the game. 83-yard burst and a touchdown run. 3rd down and 7. Rice gets the call, runs over the left side, laterally on the 47, stiff arms his way by the 50 down the sideline. 45-40, breaks a tackle at the 39. He's down to the 45, make it 35-yard line. We have a shove after the play on a 15-yard burst. Kelly Washington is arguing for the Baltimore Ravens. It was a 15-yard run by Ray Rice down the near sideline. They're going to spot him at the 34. Will be a 1st down for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah. Kelly Washington and Brandon Merriweather got into it. Merriweather had Kelly Washington pinned to the turf. That is until Jared Gaither, all 6'9", 340 pounds, came over to break it up. That's the guy I want backing me up.
McGahee is back in the game. He'll be in the I formation with LaRon McLean. We're down to 3.5 to play. The clock is ticking. It's a 1st and 10. It's a handoff to McGahee. Follows the blocking. It grubs his guard. He goes over that guard. He runs on the hash mark. He's down to the 31. And he picks up 3 yards on the play with Baltimore on top, 33-14. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the NFL playoffs in the Super Bowl. (33-14), Baltimore on top. They're moving right now. We're approaching 3 to play and the clock ticking here in the 4th quarter as the stadium empties. 7th play of the drive. It's 2nd down and 8 from the New England 31. McGahee in the backfield with an offset eye, and he gets the call, and he runs over the left guard again. He's just inside the numbers. Runs outside the hash mark. He runs past the 30. He gains 3 to the 29-yard line of New England.
Let's look forward a little bit, because clearly there's going to be some changes as we have, it looks like, a Ravens player down and hurt right now. But we're going to have some changes on this New England defensive side of the ball in the offseason. Adalius Thomas, really a disappointing season at the outside linebacker spot, clearly. Although Tully Banta-Cain had a breakout year with a career high in sacks, 9.5. They've also got some question marks at the corner. Sean Springs is not a guy in his 13th year that you're going to move forward with. And they've had problems with the safeties as well. And again, it goes back to that game against Indianapolis on 4th and 2 when Bill Belichick told the entire country that he didn't have faith in that defense and decided to go for it. A lot of question marks on the defensive side of the football. And clearly, Kevin, there will be some changes made this year.
What about the Baltimore Ravens, who had 2 upset playoff wins a year ago, winning in upset fashion today here in Foxborough?
Well, again, this is a football team that is very comfortable on the road. There's clearly no doubt about it. 7-2 is a wild card seed in team history. They're a football team that doesn't mind going on the road. You mentioned last year they went on the road twice and then ultimately lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers in the championship game. That one, too, a very good football team. And, of course, the Steelers went on to win that game. So they're very comfortable playing on the road. I'll tell you, John Harbaugh's got this team believing. And they're playing as well as they've played in a long time. We mentioned they got off to that 3-0 start and then kind of stumbled. But they have played very well down the stretch, and they're getting production both out of the running game and out of their defense right now.
Tom Brady today, 2 touchdown passes, but 3 interceptions. A part of a 4-turnover afternoon for the New England Patriots, who trailed at one time 24-0 to Baltimore. Todd Heap was the guy down who has had a series of injuries over the last couple years. He is very slow to walk off the field. And while he wasn't a major player today, he is a major player with this offense. They will need him next week.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this guy can do it all, and he's extremely important to me down in the red zone. Anytime you can get a tight end matched up on a linebacker from the 20-yard line in, I think as an offense, you have an advantage. And he's also a security blanket for the second-year quarterback, Joe Flacco. So I'm sure the Ravens are hoping he's going to be fine for next week.
3rd and 5 for Baltimore at the New England 29-yard line. Ray Rice is in the game. 3 receivers, 4 in the secondary. Flacco is under center. Studies the defense. The right guard moved. That was Marshall Yanda out of Iowa.
False start. Offense. Number 73. 5-yard penalty.
Daytona's new home for Sporting News Radio and Imus in the Morning. 1380 WELE, Ormond Beach, Florida. Sporting News Radio.
To the 34. You and I will be in Minnesota next week when the Dallas Cowboys take on the Vikings and Brett Favre right here on Westwood One.
That's going to be a great one, isn't it? I mean, all of a sudden, in the final game of the season, Brett Favre and the Vikings finally come alive after they kind of stubbed their toe down the stretch. And that ought to be a great one against Tony Romo and the Dallas Cowboys.
3rd down and 10 from the 34 of New England. Handoff to Rice and brought down by Tully. Bantakane, a loss of a yard as he ran over the right tackle, and he's thrown back to the 35. Timeout taken by New England. You know, Baltimore on 3rd down today, did you see this, Mark? 10 now of 16. 10 of 16 is a very good percentage.
Well, it's a very good percentage because a lot of that, to be honest with you, is the fact that this is a football team that has gone 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. They haven't been 3rd and 7, 3rd and 10. Those are much easier to convert than the 3rd and long situations.
Mark time now for the Kaspersky Defensive Player of the Game. Who's in your sights?
Oh, gosh. The first one that comes to my mind is Terrell Suggs. I mean, he changed the complexion of this game early in this football game. For the 2nd straight game against the Patriots, he comes around the blind side and strips Tom Brady. And, of course, the Baltimore Ravens turned that into a touchdown very quickly to make it 14-0 early in this game. I mean, he can change the game, and he changed it here today.
DeJuan Landry was pretty good, too.
DeJuan Landry was certainly in consideration. He has been around the ball. We called his name a lot today, but nobody changes the game like Terrell Suggs.
Suggs, our defensive player of the game, brought to you by Kaspersky Lab, the fastest-growing internet security software in America. Kaspersky Lab provides great defense against computer viruses, malware, and identity theft. Check out the new Kaspersky Internet Security 2010. That's getkaspersky.com. So, 4th and 11. Baltimore's going to punt. Sam Cook will punt from right to left into the wind. Falk is back. This will be a placement punt, aiming for the sideline and out of bounds. Somewhere inside the 20-yard line, we'll see where they spot it. Walking up the sideline at the 20. So 2:07 to play. Patriots have 1 timeout, and they trail 33-14.
Well, as we continue to move forward, let me remind everybody that time's running out to get your tickets for this year's Pro Bowl, so don't wait any longer. The teams have been announced, and you'll be able to see your favorite players in action. So book your Pro Bowl vacation now and experience a terrific weekend in South Florida. You can still be there to enjoy the game on Sunday, January 31st, as well as beach and parties if you call now.
Brady on 1st and 10, shotgun snap from his own 20-yard line, and he throws outside where it's caught by Sammy Morris on the near side, outside the number. Morris made the grab at the 19, runs to the 20, brought down by Dwan Edwards, and no gain on the play, so he's going to stay at the 20-yard line where it will be 2nd down and 10 when we come back. We've hit the 2-minute warning. Baltimore leads at 33-14. By the way, reaching this 2-minute warning, here's a little note about H&R Block, and it's brought to you by H&R Block. There are only 95 days left till you file your taxes. For all of your tax questions, click, call, or come over to H&R Block. Get it right. You're listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One.
Everyone has questions about preparing their taxes, especially this one.
What's this going to run me?
Well, now at H&R Block, you can get a straightforward price for a straightforward return. Pay just $39 to file a federal 1040 easy tax return and $29 if you need to file a state. And if your taxes are more complex, we can handle that too. Learn more at hrblock.com/1040easy. Click, call, or come over. Get it right. H&R Block. Taxpayer must meet IRS criteria to use Form 1040 easy. Price is available at participating locations.
Bear Grylls is an adventurer. He's not some host in a sport coat. He's the real deal. Scrambling, scrapping, neck deep. Just look at him. He's a kid in a dirt-covered candy store. Where's he going? Doesn't matter. Somewhere on the map between danger and fun. Bear doesn't show you how to stay alive. He shows you how to be alive. And that's why we love him. Man vs. Wild. New adventures begin Wednesday at 9. Only on Discovery.
So my little brother who runs his own business tells me the holy grail in business is your customer's email. So I'm like, okay, but how can you, Mr. No Creative Bone in your body, do something snazzy like email marketing? And he goes, ConstantContact.com. You know, if I'd have known he'd be this successful, I totally would have given him the top bunk.
ConstantContact.com. Email marketing with tons of easy-to-use, professional-looking templates, so you can be as creative as you want. Get a free 60-day trial and free live phone support at ConstantContact.com.
Flacco is under center. Offset eye in the backfield. 3 down linemen. 1st and 10 of his own 17. Hand off to Rice. Big hole up the middle. Spurts by the 20. Foot race to the 30. Down the sideline, the 50. Chase to the 40. Down the near sideline, the 30. Chase to the 15. The 10. Breaks a tackle at the 5. He's in for the touchdown on the first play of the game. Ray Rice galloping from his 17 on an 83-yard romp right in front of his own bench. And the Baltimore Ravens have stunned this crowd. What a play! That's the rematch outstanding play of the game, brought to you by Remax. Here's a 2nd and 10 for Brady. Shotgun snap. There's a line drive pass down the middle. Caught inside the numbers by Moss. 39-yard line. Picks up a first down. 20-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, easy to get the ball to Randy Moss versus a zone defense. But again, pretty much shut out of this football game at a non-factor because they haven't moved him around in formations, allowing the Ravens to just double him wherever he lines up.
Shotgun snap to Brady, 1st and 10. Cocks his arm, throws a line drive down the middle. Edelman drops the ball at the 50-yard line as he was in mid-stride, and he was wide open. Incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10.
And sometimes you see that happen to a receiver when he lets the ball get into his body. That time, he didn't extend his hands to catch the football, and it bounces right off his shoulder pads.
Brady at his own 39-yard line, 1:31 to play. 2nd down and 10. Shotgun formation, flanked by running backs. Gets the belt high snap, pocket crumbles, moves up, avoids the rush, throws a short pass, caught and dropped. Sammy Morris, shoved by Donnell Ellerby, who is a linebacker. He was just outside the hash mark. He was running toward the near sideline. It is incomplete. The 5th drop pass by New England today.
Yeah, Tom Brady with 3 interceptions, now 5 drop passes. I mean, nothing has gone right for this football team from the very first play, as we heard when Ray Rice broke it 83 yards to open up this game with a touchdown.
3rd and 10 from his own 39. Brady gets the shotgun snap. He's flush from the pocket. He evades one defender, just spins and throws the ball way out of bounds, right over his own bench, over the heated seats, and almost into the stands. It'll be 4th down.
Well, again, it's been an interesting season, hasn't it? As Tom Brady has come back from that reconstructive knee surgery he missed last year, comes back, throws for over 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns. Clearly, the loss of Wes Welker has been a factor, probably more of a factor than I thought it would be today. But everything has gone wrong for this football team, and everything has gone right for the Ravens.
It's 4th down. From the shotgun formation, Brady with 3 receivers deployed and flanked by running backs. He moves up in the pocket. He's hit and brought down. Corkscrewed into the ground at the 33-yard line and sacked on the play. Brady is sacked for the 3rd time, loses 6, and that'll be it. 1:09 to play. Baltimore will take the field. They'll be in the victory formation. Another upset by the Ravens, who will beat the New England Patriots today 33-14.
Well, and again, as you take a look at it, you mentioned it in the last drive, Kevin. 5 drop passes, Of course, 3 interceptions by Tom Brady, part of a 4-turnover game, which is a season high for the Patriots. Throwing a missed field goal there, and you have all the ingredients for a beatdown here at Gillette Stadium.
We've had 3 playoff games. 2 road teams have won. 2 upsets already. This is not going according to plan, according to seeding.
No, but again, you know, a lot of people believe that playing down the stretch and trying to fight for a playoff spot, usually that 5th and 6th seed, really gives team confidence because they feel like they're in playoff mode a week or 2 before the playoffs even start, and they're actually better prepared to play in the postseason than, for instance, let's say, an Indianapolis Colts team, which has rested its players for the last couple of weeks.
Very interesting point. Very debatable. Things to talk about as we go through these playoffs. Flacco on 1st and 10 took a knee. Now it'll be 2nd down and 11. They are in the victory formation. Flacco will go to a knee right here, and that'll be it. The sideline for the Baltimore Ravens in complete jubilation. The owner has made his way to the field. The players jumping up and down. They have stunned the New England Patriots, who went undefeated at home this year. But they lose today, 33-14. The Ravens with the win. Downstairs to Steve Tasker.
I'm here with one of the defenders, Terrell Suggs. You guys had 2 sacks, a forced fumble, 3 interceptions. Terrell, tell me about the fast start your offense got off to and how you guys came out, forced a quick turnover, and got off to such a fast start.
Well, we knew if we started fast, we pretty much had a momentum. We had a game, and when you're coming in a hostile environment like this, you need the momentum. And we got out fast, and we just gave them a humbling ass whooping today.
Yeah, how much? Tell me about that first game. You guys played them here early in the season. You felt like they kind of stole one in the controversial quarterback calls, all of that. How did that affect your motivation for this game?
No, we were just going to continue to play aggressive. That's what the Baltimore defense is all about. That's what the Baltimore team is about. We're a physical team. We knew we were going to come in here, we was going to whip their ass, and we were going to lead. So,
all right, now tell me now. You got another game. You guys get to play in a bigger game next week. Talk to me about the middle aspect.
It's bigger. You know, just another challenge for us, and we look forward to it.
Terrell, congratulations. Good luck the rest of the way. Stay in one piece, big man. All right, man, Terrell. All right, back up to you, Kevin. Terrell Suggs leading the defense of the Ravens and 4 turnovers in a big win over New England.
Hey, Terrell, my man, we don't have the 7-second delay on this network, but there you go. You heard the excitement down there. A big win for Baltimore.
Well, Kevin, I think it goes to the motivation and the mindset of this Ravens defense. They'll take on all comers. Come on and play. They felt like they were robbed down here. Week 4 against the New England Patriots. They had a score to settle in this football game, and they came in and settled it in commanding fashion, 33-14. Next on the list, the Indianapolis Colts. They will get a stiff test from Peyton Manning and his offensive mates.
All right, now time for today's peak antifreeze performance of the game. So many on that Baltimore side.
Well, certainly, and I think you've got to start with a guy who got it started for the Ravens. That would be Ray Rice. 22 carries for 159 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Of course, it all started on the first play of the game, that 83-yard gallop down the near sideline. What a day for Ray Rice.
And that's today's performance of the game presented by Peak Antifreeze. When you peak, you win. 33-14. Baltimore jumped off to a 24-0 lead. Patriots in too big a hole. That defense of Baltimore just teeing off one play after another.
Well, again, this is not a defense you want to play against when you're playing from behind. When you become one-dimensional, they can flat get after you. And, of course, they have the pass rushers. Ray Lewis is a guy that makes plays. Terrell Suggs will get after the quarterback. They may not be as strong at the cornerback spot as they were years ago when Samari Rolle was at his top health, when they had guys like Chris McAllister playing at a very high level. But they are still a very, very difficult defense. And if they can go down to Indianapolis and run the football and play their tempo of football game, boy, they can create some problems for the Colts as well.
They had a couple of upsets last year. They've already got an upset this year. We've had 3 games already in these playoffs, 2 road wins, something else.
Well, again, and it gets back to what I was saying. These teams that have had to play down the stretch the last 2 and 3 weeks of the season just to get into the playoffs feel like they're in playoff mode. They're ready to go, and they've got some momentum built up versus teams like the Indianapolis Colts, who the Ravens will face next week. They're a football team that has rested their players and then got a week off as well. We'll see how they respond and how much rest they may have when they face Baltimore.
All right, the final score, Baltimore 33, New England 14. You've been listening to the NFL Playoffs on Westwood One. Today's broadcast has been sponsored by RE/MAX. by Peak Antifreeze, by Parts Plus Auto Stores and Car Care Centers, by Barbasol Shaving Cream, Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometers, Campbell's Chunky Soup, Ritz Crackers, Intuit Small Business, Harley-Davidson, and NFL.com. Catering for the crew provided by Subway Eat Fresh. We'd like to thank our crew for this afternoon. Studio coordinator John Carollo. Production assistance by Mike and Rob Lutzi. Statistician Pat McGrath. Engineer, Boston-based Doug Lane. Doug, thank you so much. Studio producer Bob Bender. Coordinating producers Larry Kostig and Mike Eby. Executive producer of Westwood One is Howard Deneroff. Stay tuned for Game 2 of our NFL Wild Card Playoff. It comes your way next on Westwood One. The Arizona Cardinals against the Green Bay Packers with Marv Albert, James Lofton, and Tony Baselli. Then next week, divisional playoff weekend continues. We have 2 more doubleheaders beginning at 4 o'clock Eastern on Saturday, 12:30 on Sunday. Check your local listings for the game and time in your area. From the wild card round all the way to Super Bowl 44 in South Florida. If it's the NFL playoffs, it's on Westwood One. Once again, our final score from Gillette Stadium in frigid Foxborough. Baltimore 33, New England 14. 4 New England turnovers, 3 Tom Brady interceptions. Now for Mark Malone, Steve Tasker, and Scott Graham. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us. You've been listening to the NFL Playoffs, live on Westwood One.